life in my house is not so laid back. My wife gets pissed off when I go to the track. I eat garlic late and my wife gives me flack. Thank God I'm Italian boy. Well, Italian food never did me no harm. My father owned a restaurant, every day a chicken palm. My days are filled with my Guido charm. Thank God I'm Italian boy. Well, I got me a wife and I got a gumata. We don't go in public, we go to the Ramada. I see my nonna, she calls me Sunata. Thank God I'm Italian boy. When Sunday comes, sauce is cooking on the stove. Nana gets to go, she ain't clue, not a clue. I try to dip some bread, I get the spoon across my head. Thank God I'm Italian boy. When the social club closes and I shop going home, my wife always yells, "You forgot the bungalow!" So I shoot her a look and tell her, "Leave me alone." Thank God I'm Italian boy. Well, I got me a wife and I got a gumata. We don't go in public, we go to the Ramada. I see my nonna, she calls me Sunata. Thank God I'm Italian boy.
So, Richie, did you bet on the number 7 horse?
Yeah, Larry, and they're paying the freaking jockey overtime.
So I guess now you can't take your gumata to the Ramada.
Forget about it.
Well, I never was a rat, I never was a snitch. I never wanna wind up in the bottom of a ditch. Madonna mia, son of a bitch. Thank God I'm Italian boy. I listen to Sinatra and a little Dean Martin. I eat gabagool and I start a farting. I open the window cause my ass smells rotten. Thank God I'm Italian boy. Well, I got me a wife and I got a gumata. We don't go in public, we go to the Ramada. I see my nonna, she calls me Sunata. Thank God I'm Italian boy.
Hey, Larry, let's stop at the Italian specialty store on the way home.
For what?
For the provolone you forgot. You guys.
Hey, I better bring it home this time or she might have me whacked.
Yeah, she's gonna hit you a lot harder than your Norton with that wood spoon.
At least that or I'll be sleeping without the sheets tonight. Madone.
Yep.
Wow, that was really good.
That's my boy Larry Izzo.
The
Richie.
great host,
Yeah.
Larry Izzo.
Limo Talk. Yes, it's the gang. We're all here tonight. Just get ready to know that you only got 3 more shows after tonight. And
They have
how-
not renewed our contract.
We have
and
not renewed
We'll be finishing out the next 3 weeks, and then goodbye, everybody. It's been fun.
I have to be honest with you. Right now, the way he was treating me inside, we are renegotiating our contract. And Professional Vinny's coming to our side as we're all wearing our merchandise hats on Limo Talk.
Of course, I'm the only one not wearing the fucking hat.
Because you don't like the hats.
I got a brand new hat. That might have been the best song I've ever heard. This is a great.
Is that not a great song?
That was so funny.
It's just well done,
It's
and
really
I'm happy. And
The Larry song.
yes, I think I like it very much. I just like the theme and everything else. So that's what I'm doing. So what's going on? How are you?
Taking my Gamada to the Ramada Inn.
Yes.
Yeah.
We go to the Ramada.
Yeah.
Not
I
in
like
public.
that. That was good. That was a good job.
It was
And,
good. Larry did a really nice job for us last week.
That was fun.
That was fun. I really enjoyed that. Just thank you again to him and everybody. It was really a nice time. I had fun.
I would like to echo those words.
And
you know?
and me too.
You know,
Well, you know
because
how I feel.
I'm
I'm ecstatic.
we had a
right
good
now.
time.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was funny.
Yep. It
and
was.
And it was we had very nice hosts.
Yeah.
To spend some time with.
And you know what? My way of saying, hey, I know we can get a lot of numbers. People listen. So if I could put it out there and 2-3 people know about Larry Izzo, know about his pal.
2-3 people? You think we get 2-3 people?
No.
Larry, you come with us. We'll get you 2-3 people. We'll get like 2-3 people to see you.
We're going to blow you away with the amount of people we're going to get.
It's going to be a Larry explosion.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Okay. So I wanted to
2-3. You really said
2-3.
I have
2-3.
I have a thing that I sent to Bobby Lucero.
We got 2-3 on already. We got Bonnie Scalisi, Ann Rothney,
Oh,
Taz.
we got Bonnie.
I mean, you know.
Taz.
Bonnie's going to share the show. Ann's going to share the show.
Ralph.
DiFilippo's going to share the show.
Look at
Bruno's
that.
going to share the show. Thanks, guys. Listen, I'm not going
Share
to say
the
that much.
show.
I'm getting out of here in a little while. from the bottom of my heart and these boys right here, I know. I just want to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving to you and your families. Safe travels wherever you go. That's about it.
Good message.
You want to order one?
That is.
We
Very
got
nice.
we got hats on sale if you want for the winter
Hats.
time. What is he? He's charging me. I don't want to
I
make
can
any
actually
money.
hold mine up because I won't wear it.
I have to say, it's
that's
a
really
comfortable
nice.
hat.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah.
It's warm.
I think with for $16 shipping and handling, I could get it out to people.
16.
Well, it's going to cost me $6 to ship the damn thing. He's only
Doesn't
charging me
cost $6 for shipping.
I
No, it's
guarantee-
not going to cost $6.
You don't
to
think
ship.
so?
Yeah.
I guarantee you tomorrow. When
You're right, that could cost
I have to
$6.
mail. I have to mail DeFilippo's hats.
Wait. We'll get Larry to drive it in the Cadillac in reverse to their house, and we'll deliver them ourselves.
I don't want to make any money
No,
off it.
you
I
think
just
so?
want to get it out there.
No.
So
$6.
I know we paid
What
$10.
about 15?
He's charging me $10.
I don't see how they can charge $6. To
If they
deliver that.
don't,
It's possible.
Listen,
If I send stuff, I'll send stuff today
Oh, God.
to Cortland. It's
I
$10.
know somebody who doesn't pay
So I got to
shipping for
figure
anything.
it might be at least $6.
so how does he get his mail
Who said
all
it was a
over?
he?
What?
Who said it was a he?
Oh,
She don't pay shipping. She refuses to pay. She'll cancel an order, and then they say, "Okay, we'll take the shipping."
so she
Seriously?
won't take
She won't pay for shipping.
shipping.
Well, most times you don't. I mean, if you have Amazon, you don't pay for shipping. It's in your membership.
Or if you are an Amazon,
Well, then you can
there
just
you
ship
go.
it
That's
yourself.
yes. Oh yeah. Oh, thank-
thank you.
Thank you, Vinny.
Vinny's on it, man. Vinny's on it.
Vinny's
All right,
always
so,
on it.
Vinny, to your family.
No, I could be. I will be, keep eating gabagool with Larry, and I'll be an Amazon.
You'd be fine.
Those guys are great. Can I have some music there brought up extraordinaire, Richard Zarelli?
You can, Graz.
Bonnie Scalisi hasn't really. I want her to come in
You know
one
what's
night.
funny? I used to have. Remember Sal Gargano?
Yes. God rest his
Right.
soul.
Sal he was a heavy guy.
Yes.
Very heavy guy.
Yes.
And he said to me one day, and this is what's always been in my head, and this is where I was going with this before. We were the Valley Stream Liners was my team. Then we were in 41. We were sponsored by the bar. But before I had the bar, I was just the Valley Stream Liners. And he goes, "You're a big Met fan. Why don't we call ourselves the Amazins? Why don't we call ourselves the Amazins?" So I was drinking a little bit, and I said, "Sal, at your size, if you wear a shirt that says Amazins, they're gonna think it says Amazons."
He was.
He goes like this to me. He's a straight face. He just goes, "Why don't you go fuck yourself?"
That was such a good line. That's all he had to say.
Why don't you go fuck yourself?
That's all he could come back with.
Sal, you got to admit, Sal was.
fuck yourself.
He was
a-
one of the
he's-
funniest people I've ever met.
Yeah, but he
had
was
such-
large too. He was large.
He was a big boy.
He had to be a 4XL.
Tom Bianco used to say that because Sal played third base.
Toby. Who cares about that?
Toby, right?
Toby.
Sal would be playing. Sal would play third.
Oh, he does Toby.
He goes, the only guy in the world, he goes, he plays third, he's hugging the line, he dives. He goes, he dives to his right, and he's still in fair territory.
He can't move. I remember he couldn't go left. He just was. If you hit the ball right,
Playing the line.
He's on the line, dives to his right, he's still in fair territory.
We just fall down. We just fall
He
down.
wouldn't even just flop to the floor.
we used to sit
Fall, like, straight to the
3
ground.
o'clock in the morning. He told me that story. Toby's bitching about Bianca. Sal's hugging him.
So
He can't
Toby's-
get him on the. He's on the line the whole time.
Now,
he can
just to
only
let-
hit it straight on. It's a base hit.
So-
I got no infield.
So think of just Toby played professional baseball, okay? So he had an amazing range. He was a shortstop. So he's
great.
playing softball with us, and now I got him playing short. I was the pitcher. So he's playing short, and he's going. He would look at me. I go before I throw the pitch. I look at him. He'd throw his hands up and go, "Look at this fucking guy! Like, look at this." He goes, "I got to cover the whole left side. I got to cover the whole left side." He goes, "Why do you even have him here? He's just in my way. He's just in my way."
This is so true. It's so true.
The third baseman's in my way.
He goes like, so now somebody would hit.
I'm gonna break another
Somebody
fucking
would
TV.
hit. Somebody
Holy
would hit
shit.
shot down third. It's going down the line. I swear to God, it would go by. He would flop to the ground, right? And Toby would field the ball on the line behind him, and throw it all the way across the first, right? And he go, "I'm fucking killing myself out here, killing myself." He's like, why can't we get? Because Sal, he go, why are you playing so close to the line? He goes, I'm guarding the line. He goes, the second inning, you motherfucker. What the fuck are you doing? He goes, I'm guarding the line. He goes, you just can't move to your left. That's why.
He couldn't move to his left
Can't
or
go
his right.
left.
Dude, he was a 4X, right? It may be a 5X.
Wow.
Oh,
I'll never
yeah.
forget. I hate to rag on Sal again. I love Sal. He was a great guy. I go get the uniform.
Listen,
we
this
just
is-
started the team.
Oh, time out. Our old friends and stuff listen to us. They enjoy the banter.
Well-
Bring it up as much as possible. He brings up his old stuff. We're good. Don't worry about it.
All right. Well, Sal's not, if he was around, I would be like, he would probably call in and say, fuck, you remember this one? Remember that one?
Yeah.
He would go in.
Yeah.
But anyway, but what happened was, I get the uniforms. Valley Streamliners, I forgot. It was brand new uniforms. We just got them from Olympic Den in Elmont. And I bring him, he goes, bring them by my house. Bring the uniforms by my house. I want to try them on. He goes, what size did you get me? I was like, you asked for 4X, I got you 4X. He go like this. So he goes,
He was,
right.
and he was tight, and that's a tight.
and he smoked.
That was a fucking tight.
It's a tight
Oh,
4X.
yeah.
So
Is it
he's
snug
and his
at
mother.
4X?
His mother was the typical old, heavy Italian mother.
Yep.
Smoking a cigarette at the table. What are you sons of bitches doing today? We'd be like, oh, just getting some uniforms. Oh, uniforms. That's what you fucking need, some fucking uniforms. That's what you should be spending your money on. Why don't you go out and do something constructive with your lives? You fucking buying softball uniforms. Fucking guy all he does is play softball. So he goes, Ma, take it easy, take it easy. So I bring the box in, pull out his jersey. He always had to wear number 29. 29 was his number. He loved Catfish Hunter. That was Catfish Hunter's number.
Nice.
So he wore it. He didn't resemble Catfish in any way, but he wore his number. So
I just picture Toby.
he
man.
puts the
Look
uniform
at
on.
those
It's a
moves.
big
He
fan. I
can't
got
move to
the
the
gray
left.
pants,
Big fan.
the gray pants with the red stripe on the side, red and black shirt. It was always my colors, right? He puts it on, comes out, puts the hat on, VS, red hat, comes walking into the kitchen, and he goes, so, what do you think? His mother goes, you look like fucking Bluto.
Wow.
I was like, oh my God.
my
I said,
God.
I got to get out of here. I'm going to fucking have a heart attack laughing. This is insane.
She's destroying him.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, look at that. You look like fucking Bluto. He goes, thanks a lot, Ma.
Thanks, Mom.
Oh man.
But it was fun times. Sal was great.
Great times. Great times.
That is good stuff.
All right, let me say hello to everybody. I didn't get a chance to say hello. We got Bonnie Scalisi saying hello to everybody. Greg DiFilippo, Aaron Rothney. DiFilippo's basically gotten me out of three. He's given me like 3.5 hours of therapy this week. I've had a bad week, and he kind of lifted me up. So kudos to Greg DiFilippo in Tampa. He's the man, the myth, the legend. He shares us all over the place. He's really a good friend
You
of
know what's
ours.
funny?
Wait, what?
I'm just telling you. Linda's watching, right?
Hi, Linda.
She texts me and she goes, who the hell is commenting from Pakistan?
I don't know. I'll find out in a minute.
Somebody from Pakistan watching?
I don't know.
Yes,
And-
we have Madni Mahmood
Yeah.
watching from Pakistan.
All right. Hello, Mr.
Mahdi
Mahmood.
Mahmood.
Yes.
Charles
Well,
LaRosa.
welcome aboard, Mahdi Mahmood.
Charlie LaRosa sent me a card. Did you get? I
Charlie
texted it to
LaRosa
you.
just joined.
I text you that card, the
What's up,
41
guys?
business card.
Yeah.
See, Charlie, I do my job.
What's up, Charlie?
What's up, Charlie?
Well, he
Greg
did-
DiFilippo, Bruno Capolo. Guys, you know the deal. Thank you so much for staying with us. Thank you for sharing the show. We did really well on YouTube this week. Lacero put us up there. We're up again on YouTube. You want to go on YouTube, go to Strong Island TV on YouTube. Limo Talk is up there. We did very well this week. Thank you very much. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram.
I love when somebody tells me they sent me something and there's nothing there.
Dude, I wouldn't lie to you. Come on. I
You
sent
wouldn't
it.
lie, you just don't remember.
No, it's right here.
Maybe he thought he did it.
No.
Oh, he thought he did.
No.
It's possible.
No.
How'd Dallas end up doing today?
No. What?
Dallas
Dallas
won today.
Yeah, I
in
thought they did.
In one of the craziest fourth quarters I've
They scored like
probably ever
35
seen.
points.
Yeah, because I was watching. It was a low-scoring first half. It was 3-3, I think.
It was 10-9 starting the fourth quarter. Dallas was winning by
Right.
1, only because Washington had missed an extra point.
And
And
there was a lot of missed kicks today. Oh, wow. Who had that?
Charles LaRosa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You didn't send it to me.
Yes, I did. All right. Well, Great. That was a great
Look at that.
game. Listen,
It was pretty wild fourth quarter. I'll say that.
I
think
want
there
to
was
get
like
to
40
that.
points scored. Or
I
something.
actually thought that the Giants, they're done.
Wow.
They're tanking.
Giants
They're-
look good today. I'm so impressed with DeVito.
Oh my God!
Listen, he's getting. All I can tell you is DeVito's getting the ball
He
to
was
his
moving
receiver.
that
He's moving
offense.
the. He was. You are kidding, right?
defense was incredible too.
Dude, they're in trouble. I
think
thought
that-
Dallas was going to tank too.
I did too.
But Dallas is not going to tank because they're beating the Giants on Thanksgiving.
Well-
I have never said that before. The Giants are getting their ass kicked in
I
by the
wouldn't-
Dallas.
They're playing
would
on
not-
Thanksgiving?
I
On
wouldn't say that.
Thanksgiving.
They're playing on Thursday.
Yeah, they should,
playing
they
on
should-
Thursday.
They should cancel it.
Well, let me tell you, the best
Forfeit.
part is there is a message being sent to Mr. Jerry Jones right now as ticket sales for Thursday's Thanksgiving game, which you would think are normally pretty good, have all of a sudden plummeted in price.
Only serves them right.
And I listen. I think I said it last week. When it starts affecting him financially,
Of course.
maybe they will
This-
enact some change. But
It-
now they win today on a great defensive effort.
And it gets everybody all high hopes again.
Yeah, because the defense has been getting their doors blown
Yeah, but they're
out at
playing
home,
the Giants next week.
But they're playing the
this
Giants
week.
on Thursday. Listen, that's no guaranteed slam dunk win. I mean,
I think it
anyone,
is.
I
But
don't know.
I got to. I
Listen,
mean,
with this season,
the Giants
I wouldn't-
looked pathetic today, and I watched the game. I did. I put it on and watched it. I was like,
I
this
didn't
is-
really
this
watch
is
the Giant game
ineptitude.
today.
This is inept. This team is inept.
I was done with them for 2 years. I was done with football. I got back into it when the Giants made the playoffs a couple of years ago, and I've been watching it since. And now I'm getting at that feeling again where I want to get out. I can't. I
Did
just
you-
You want
did
to
you
bet me
see-
that they're not going to make the playoffs?
no. I didn't bet you either. So
Bucks
don't
side?
even, I
Well, no,
didn't
you
bet
can't
you.
bet that now.
I didn't bet you.
Did you see Malik Neighbors after the game? The
Yeah,
your
basically,
rookie
basically
wide
said that-
receiver?
Yeah, he basically said that the coach isn't getting him the ball. How come he didn't get the ball in the first half? I don't know. Ask
Right, ask
ask
Dabols.
As Dabols.
As Dabols. Ask him.
I think they're tanking. I think they're done.
Nah, they're not tanking.
I think they
You
might.
suck.
Well, they could get
Why,
fired.
why did you skip over Drew Lock? Because he was the backup quarterback. Why did he get skipped over? You go
But
right
we didn't
to
even talk
DeVito?
about Jones getting released. Jones
Oh.
Jones is going to the 49ers. The 49ers lost again.
They
today.
went to DeVito. I think DeVito
49ers
kind of
got
has like a
killed
little
today.
a little cult following.
Absolutely.
You
They all
know,
cheered
so-
him today. Yes.
So what?
Yeah.
So we put him in to appease the fans
Yes.
instead of
Yes.
actually winning a
Yes.
ball game.
Yes.
Yes, that's more important now.
Right. That's more important.
It
now.
is. That's what.
Now,
That's what
fine.
happens.
So then that's tanking. Isn't that? Wouldn't that be tanking?
That's
now?
what I just said.
Because you're not doing
Giants
what's in
tanking.
the best interest of winning football games.
Who wants Shedeur Sanders from Colorado?
I don't know.
That's the prize.
Just saying.
They get him. He's supposed to be a game changer.
Well,
He's supposed to be the next Mahomes.
Well, they're pairing him with Dion now for Dion to be the coach of the Giants.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
That's being swirled around there, along with Mr. Belichick, of course.
I think the Jets are tanking too.
No, they're not.
You don't think so?
No.
They're saying that Rodgers
You
wants
know
out.
what? If this is what it's coming
They're
down
saying
to,
they're
is that
gonna-
teams are just tanking, then what do you even bother watching anymore?
I mean, are they really? There's a rumor
There's
out there
some
that
sort
they're
of
going to
pride.
release him.
Yeah.
I mean,
Rodgers, they should release him.
I mean, I
He's
don't
been
know.
horrible.
He has not been good at all. His legacy will certainly be hurt by it, and maybe he's just not going to recover from the Achilles. I get it. I mean, that's a
No, I think that was
That's
a
a
career.
tough thing
That
to-
was a career ender.
yeah.
I agree.
I think you're seeing that now. That
You
it
know,
was
it's
a
like if
career
somebody
ender.
as 40 years old gets an injury like that, it's over.
Yeah.
You know, if you're 25, all right. Even Vinny Testaverde had this similar
Yeah.
injury. He was never the same after that. He
Nope.
did play,
Nope.
but he was never the same after that.
And I think, listen, with Douglas being gone now, that they fired the coach and the general manager mid-season, and that is still 2-9 or 3-8. What? They're 3-8 or something like that. They're done. They're done. They're done.
Listen,
they
I don't
want
think
Kansas City.
have
They want the
any-
Kansas City Chiefs and the
I
Detroit
mean, maybe
Lions.
mathematically they have a chance.
They want the Kansas City Chiefs and the Detroit Lions.
Jets
in the
are
Super
3-8.
Bowl. Yeah. Kansas City Chiefs, Detroit Lions.
Patriots
watched-
are 3-9.
I watched Jackson Dart yesterday for Ole Miss.
Yeah, he threw those interceptions.
He threw like two in a row. One they called back.
yeah.
And then he threw another one.
Yeah,
For good measure.
And they were saying this kid's one of the and like the same way too, right?
Terrible.
Terrible.
It wasn't even anybody close.
No.
He just chucked the ball.
No.
So it's not that. So this is the guy. What I was getting at is please, Jets, don't draft him. Please, that's the guy they'd go for.
Yeah, probably. You're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
they might.
All right, Mers in Farmingdale. I want to thank Mers Pub in Farmingdale on Route 109. The Library Cafe on Main Street in Farmingdale. BAC Systems Inc., Farmingdale, New York, 516-797-4990. That's Brian May and Psychic Medium Shelby May. Brian does the heating now for the next 4 months. So if you're having a problem with your boiler or anything, give him a call. BAC Systems, 516-797-4990. Bottles on Broadway, fine wines and spirits, 1083 North Broadway, Massapequa, New York, 11758, 516-694-1909. Pat Walsh Realty. Pat Walsh, how was his mood last night? You know, they lost. Massapequa threw they did a
Doug Flutie?
They did a trick play.
Oh.
They had put the quarterback as the wide receiver, and they put this kid as a lefty as the thrower.
Yeah.
The kid came
Flicker.
across like a flea flicker type thing.
Quarterback goes out.
It's on the thing.
Like a fade
Richie,
in the
find
end,
that.
fade in the end
Rich,
zone.
find that.
I'm
show.
not finding that.
Fuck
I stood there and watched it live. I'm not going to find
Quarterback
it.
went across the line,
Not
stopped,
happening.
threw the ball into the end zone, and the quarterback caught the ball in the end zone. The cornerback couldn't find him. They tied the game. Kid comes, kicks the extra point. Done. They lost 30.
Who did the play?
The guy lefty, like a running back.
No. What team?
Massapequa beat Farmingdale 35-34.
Massapequa's crafty.
Yeah. He don't want me to. I'll find it for you, Bob.
Well, you know
Just to
what?
heck-
Well, it was.
I'm not surprised Massapequa pulled something like that because that's what they do. I mean,
Dude, it's unbelievable.
they
It's the
did.
last play of the game, fourth down.
That's gutsy, man.
Well, but that was-
he threw it to lefty. The lefty just
Yeah, but
threw it
then
in
also
the air
the-
and it went right in his hands.
Well, it went to.
so
Right.
the quarterback
We went to-
made
we-
the reception.
Yes, the quarterback made the reception.
That's fucking awesome.
But
I
before
know.
that, yeah, it was. Listen, it was a great play. I mean, they executed a
They
really
must
good
have
play.
practiced that for weeks.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, listen.
And said, when are we going to use this? One day we will.
Right.
And they did.
And they did. But
But
we
that's
had,
what I like
we
to
had
see. I
already
like to
scored,
see that
though.
kind of creativity.
Now, let
in
me ask you.
coaching.
Dale has had the ball before that when overtime started. They go down, they score a touchdown. They go for two. They score first, but they go for two. They don't kick the extra point. They miss going for two. Then Massapequa comes down and does that play and
What
scores.
did that put them up by?
That would have put them up. Well, if they kicked the extra point, they would have been up by 7,
Which is probably important, and they should have done that.
right? But they went for 2 and failed, so they were only
Now
up
they're
by
all by
6.
5. Well, 6.
Massapequa comes down, does that play, scores, kicks the extra point, game over. Nassau County title. championship.
35-34.
Poor calculation. See, now if you would have done it, you would have put Massapequa in a position where they'd have to go for 2 if you
Right.
had gotten the
They'd
1.
have to go for 2 to
and
win.
then now
or-
you got a better chance. I don't like that play that much.
Yeah.
No, it's a bad decision. You know, it's not horrible.
It's not.
It's
No,
not
it's not.
horrible.
Because,
It's decent thing.
and I
It
will say
works.
this: they have
No,
a
I'm
running,
talking about the Farmingdale mentality.
and
here.
Farmingdale has a running back
It
that,
wasn't a bad thing.
They got a kid
that
they
can
got a
easily
kid that,
execute 2 yards.
Oh,
This kid
it's just-
was
is-
running on them the whole time. So
But
you
to
can
me,
make the
I
case.
look at it this way.
He's
If
the
they
best
can-
player. You give it to him, and he goes.
If they can score a touchdown and the extra point beats us, then I don't
right,
want to. I don't want to
then
put
do you
myself
want
in
to put
that
yourself
position.
in that position at all?
I don't.
Right.
So I say to myself, no, let's kick the extra point, and if they have to go for 2, let them try to pull a play. All right.
If they want to go for 2 to win it
Right.
or lose it,
But they're going to
then
not
let
do
them
that, and they're going to kick the extra point to
Right.
try to tie it because that's the mentality. You're like, well, if I don't make this play on the 2-point play, I'm dead. I'm lost.
Or do
So
I
I
just-
got to kick the extra point. So at least you're still walking away with a tie.
Rich, you have to be professional on this, Rich. Could you please, board up extraordinaire, find that play? I'd like to show it to him. Come on, Rich. Come on, Rich. You got to.
Somebody has this on video?
Yes.
I know. Is that, where am I finding
That's
this?
there is.
I'm going to
it's-
spend
it's-
20 minutes trying to find this.
Well,
fucking
he's going to
play.
be hanging out.
If you were
It's-
really astute and really concerned about it, you should have found this afternoon.
I had it. I don't know where I put it, so I,
don't know.
apologize.
And what are you gonna hear? The
sent
radio
it,
feed
It's,
or
with,
the
it's
radio-
with the card you sent me.
It's actually like on a Massapequa Instagram. Anyway, Pat Walsh
I
Realty,
don't-
516-369-8241.
Massapequa Instagram. I'm gonna read.
Rob Electronica Law Firm in Levittown. Yeah. 516-796-9700. Rob Electronica Law, Levittown. The building, look at Governors, look to the left. And there's the Latronica Law Firm.
There
That's
is no place you sent me this card, by the way.
Dude, I sent you the card. I'll find it.
Dude, I'm telling you, you had it, dude. I texted it to you. I saw it on your phone, dude. Come on, bro.
Victoria Vicky Vasquez Memorial Scholarship Fund presented by the Farmingdale Baseball League. Thank you to everybody that gave to this. And we're starting a new one, I guess, in February. Is that correct, Richie? We're doing another show?
When the calendar turns to 2025, we start anew.
Are we doing another comedy show for Vicky?
Up
In
to you.
March?
I would
Give me
welcome it.
give me 2 months.
Listen, you take all the time you need.
All right, so here's
You
what
can
I
do it in
want.
April if you
All
want.
right, well then start getting your
Yeah,
notes
there's no
together.
time limit on this.
No, but
it doesn't have to be done.
But I want
got the whole
Pontillo. I
year.
want Pontillo back. I want.
Yeah, so you got to wait for somebody to say, yeah, this is when I'm free and this is good. Let's do it then.
What are you doing, the MERS again? Is that what you're doing?
I don't. It's up to you. Do you want to do it here? And if he gives us the room, we rent the room out like we did last time. Well, MERS gives it. I can fit 65, 70 in MERS, and he gives us the place carte blanche. You know what I'm saying? And he gives us a free drink
All right,
all
hold
the time.
on. The place is fucking mobbed.
Well, you pack the
So
place.
it's not like
we're
he's-
packing the place with our people.
We're doing him a favor. He's doing us a favor. It's a one hand washes the
All right,
other.
so let's go back to MERS.
yeah.
Right.
Let's go back to
coming
MERS.
from the guy that used to own a bar.
All right, so let's go back to MERS. We'll go back to MERS. That's
So
what
this
I'm
is
asking.
I'm going to do something at your place.
I
don't
asked you
care.
guys where you want to go.
I was asking because well, I was asking because sometimes it's tough with the comedians doing it at MERS. That's why I was asking.
Nobody's listening anyway.
We don't care this time.
Just drink.
It
We
doesn't
just-
matter if they're over
just
here
drink,
or at
yeah.
MERS, right?
Well, we want to thank Bobby Lucero this week. He put up clips of us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Thank you, Bobby.
If you go to Strong
Where
Island
is he
TV,
anyway?
he's
next door.
He's next door.
As
He's,
far
this
away
is the
from
new
Graz
thing.
as possible.
Yeah, we're done. My relationship with him is souring by the time.
Okay, so we.
No, we're not getting out of here. I'm not saying anything bad. I'll promote him. I'm buying stuff
Stop.
from him. He's just he
Listen,
puts me in my
we're
place.
wearing our sicko merchandise over here.
Yeah, he's very much
Hey
into.
there, hi.
It's a comfortable hat.
Hangovers.
And I'm a hat guy.
Life vac is a big thing for him right now, and we want him to do.
I want
they
him
treat
to do very well
They
with
treat
that.
him very well.
Yes.
Life vac is the big sponsor over here.
Big
Life
sponsor.
back.
Yeah, the one
Big.
that if you're choking, they put something on top of your mouth and they pull it out, and it's.
Does that work if you're constipated too?
Please don't get anybody in trouble. Forget about it. Next.
I'm just saying.
No.
Couldn't that be a dual use?
I don't know.
It's the greatest thing. There hasn't been anything greater ever in the whole world than Life Hack.
He's trying
We
to
love
get you.
Life Hack.
The guy, come on, here we go.
It's the greatest
This
ever.
will suck the duty right out of your asshole. I'm telling you right now. Just load it up and jam it in. Turn the switch and boom, cleared up.
Good job.
Good evening,
At least
President
you
Trump.
at least you got motivated to start
Yes.
doing it. There you go.
Well,
How
it
are
just
you,
kind of
President Trump?
sounded
We're
because
missing you a
you
lot.
kept saying it was the greatest thing, and I'm like, it's gotta,
They're very good to Bobby, and that's all we
Frankly,
care.
I'd like to order a dozen of them. A dozen for the whole family.
I heard they're
Makes
not.
a great
what about
Christmas
your
gift.
Secret Service team? Maybe get them, get them a present.
Suck out your lunch from one end or the other.
See, I go, let's go in another direction, and then President Trump shows up, and we dive right back in. So
Frankly, I think it's a perfect Christmas gift. I do.
Oh, it is.
I like it.
It is.
No,
It
no,
should be in every
absolutely.
household. It should be in every household in the United States.
Not
it should
even
be
kidding.
mandatory.
That happened to my niece with mozzarella cheese off of a slice of pizza.
Mozzarella. She got scared though.
It was sliding down her
Right.
throat.
I've gotten
choking her.
scared when I was a little kid. I got
Yes.
scared with mozzarella cheese.
She was really choking though. I mean,
She
it
was
came
gagging.
out that she was
She was gagging.
She was
She
gagging
was
for
probably not. Thank God it's only cheese, because cheese will melt in your throat. Other things won't, but cheese. Cheese is scary.
It was scary. It
And
was
don't
really
close
scary.
I've choked a couple of times on mozzarella on cheese, melted cheese, and
Worst
steak.
feeling in the fucking
It
world.
is.
Steak.
I remember one time where I was
Steak.
just at the point where I was about to go, and it just somehow
You
popped.
You got to learn to do the on the corner of a table Heimlich maneuver.
What do you mean?
Smash your solar plexus right into the corner of a table, and you could do it yourself.
Really?
Yeah, you can.
Oh.
You know, if you don't get somebody to do the Heimlich, and somebody who's not
Right,
really.
they say
I think if I was choking in my house, I think
Yeah, you lean yourself over the back of a chair.
They would
I
find
think
you.
I'd
They
be
would,
on my own.
They would really. I think they'd be smelling something outside. They'd have to look for you for 3. You'd be
Yeah.
missing for 3 days. You're in a vent. Yeah. Let me get this shit out of the way, and I'm out of here. All right, guys. Find Limo Talk and this group right here with friends always visiting us on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube.
Hello, friends.
Thank you to Bobby Lacera for
is
sharing us
Jeanette.
again this week on YouTube. We're starting to do well. Let's not fuck it up this time. We'll keep the music low. We're on Rumble.
Should be the title of the
LinkedIn,
next episode.
Roku, Spreaker, GothamGoldGraz.com, the only comedy and transportation company in the entire world. If you look around, there is no combination of transportation and comedy. GothamGoldGraz.com and Ins41.com,
Ins41.com.
which is linked up to GothamGoldGraz.com.
Okay.
We're on Instagram. We're on Rumble, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and Spreaker.
Apple pie.
Please just share the show. Please give us a like. Please give us a love. And hey, listen, if you got somebody that's going on a long trip, and tell them to listen to us on YouTube.
Look at that fucking book.
Dude.
Look at that book. The cover has ripped off.
Well,
you never
yeah.
read a page.
Yeah.
And you carry it with you for like 2 years
It's
now.
good. Well, it's Ralph Morales because he's a Farmingdale guy and we like him. And he's very good to the kids.
Tell me a little about the story in the book.
You read the Saints. It's the Saints letter
I
from the
read
depths of
2
hell.
pages
This was the-
on the air. Want me to read a page on the air tonight?
Yeah, if you want to know, that's okay. We could skip it. I want to.
No, skip it. You just carry this book around.
It's good luck to me.
It's
It
good
carries
luck
my
to him. It's
stuff in here.
superstitious.
I have the scholarship.
They make folders
It's
for that.
Okay, so you're like my wife now, telling me how I have to do my business too. Everything needs to
Oh,
be in
don't
a
say
folder.
anything bad about your wife.
No, I didn't know. No, I
don't bring
you
Melissa
haven't.
into
I love
this.
you.
Well, why'd you do that?
No, I'm just no. I'm.
Melissa's
said-
very sweet. Don't bring her in.
Yeah, please don't do that. She was having a good mood. She was in a good mood today.
Was she?
How do you know?
I heard.
I heard. It was the word on the
I
street.
gotta tell you something.
Melissa Gross was in a
Smart
good mood.
ass put that thing up on Instagram. That little skit that you did last week that she's not in PTA. She's getting a little, Scooby Doo.
I didn't do anything with my fingers, goddammit.
I know.
Scooby
Anyway,
Doo's.
whatever you were talking about,
that mean?
he put it up there, and I
Who
got,
did?
Lacera when he was promoting. That was one of the promotes that he did.
Yeah, so.
I'm just saying it. I don't like that stuff being about my family or your family or his family up
Oh,
on.
so throw my family and his family in just to make yours seems like it's legit.
Yes.
That your complaint is legit.
I think my complaint is fine. I'm at my age right now. I want to get away from that. I did a lot of shit from the Opie and Anthony days up until now. Yeah, I know. I just threw them in. All right. Okay.
Name drop.
Name drop.
Name drop.
Name drop.
Oh.
All right. So
only got 10 more minutes
So
to me.
anyway, wait a minute.
You got 10
So
more.
your wife heard it?
No, she didn't.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. So what are we worried
So what's the
about?
problem?
You never know. You never know. So they
And
talk. Everybody talks.
And what if
What's that song? Everybody.
Everybody.
Put that on, please, Border.
Everybody.
what if she did hear it?
hurts.
So what? It's a fucking joke.
I know it is.
Everybody hurts.
But you don't understand.
Everybody has.
It's not you, and it's not him. It's everybody else. They start yapping. People yap.
They're all yapping.
Yes, President Trump. They're all
It was
yapping.
a landslide victory.
Good job by you, President
Plenty,
Trump.
plenty of people voted for us. Laughs with
Lot of
Larry.
Do you have a
yappers.
cup?
Good times.
I had my coffee and laughs with Larry this morning.
Good. And I'm keeping this
That
hat.
sounded terrible.
But
But
I stole his hat too.
yeah, I know.
Yes, we noticed
That
that.
I'm keeping.
Did
That's up
Oh,
here.
you brought the mug with
you
you?
know what I realized
Every
in the
week.
video?
Every
that
week
the
now.
old mother was Noreen.
The old mother was she Noreen?
That was Noreen.
Yeah, at the end, right? Because he gave
No, he
credits.
hit it with the spoon.
And he gave credits.
He's hitting it with the spoon.
Yeah, but okay, yes. No, who's the one that going to Ramada? Who's he walking? He's
the
walking his
Gumata at
Gumata.
the Ramada.
Is I think that
Is that
might be
Noreen?
that,
That
might be
wasn't Noreen.
No?
I don't think that was that
No?
guy. I think that guy.
Richie.
His friend was Richie was in
Yeah,
the video.
Yeah, that guy's great too.
But I
We
did
like him.
notice that
Yes.
Larry was flexing when he was holding the.
Let me tell you something. Hey,
Larry's got some guns, man.
Yeah.
a professional Vinny.
Yes, sir.
Can you put that on again, please? We'd like to now watch it as we discuss this video before we get out of here.
All right, so
All right?
I'll play it.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. This is our last show. We'll be back after.
Hangovers.
We'll be. We'll be back the 8th, the 15th, and the 22nd of December. 3 more shows until the new year. So happy Thanksgiving
Can
to your
I-
family. You
You
have
know,
this.
we've like fast forwarded from Halloween right to Christmas, pretty
Dude,
much.
yeah.
I think that Christmas is
skipping over Thanksgiving.
They've just totally obliterated Thanksgiving.
Like
Yeah.
it's nothing.
It's gone.
Absolutely
It's
gone. There's
gone.
not even a
Yeah.
thought.
Nope.
There's not even a build up to it.
Nope.
No.
I mean, I put up my Christmas lights last week,
Which
and I
I-
thought I was jumping in.
Dude, good job by you.
Thanks.
That's
Really,
smart.
really, no, really.
I,
neat,
I
huh?
knew I
Neat.
should have done that.
The C9s.
Yeah,
I
you-
got it on a beautiful day,
Yeah.
and now
The
it was cold this
C9s.
weekend.
Yeah,
got my
man.
C9s up there.
She didn't want.
I got some C7s on the bushes. All right.
Yep.
So I got my lights done. I was very happy, and this weekend would have sucked. And this weekend, a lot of people did their lights. I saw a lot of houses decorated today.
I still
over
haven't
this
done mine.
past weekend. But you think about it now, if you haven't done it yet, Christmas is only 1 month away. 1 month from today.
It's also because
Christmas Eve.
Thanksgiving is late this year.
Well, it's also my son's birthday
Yep.
on Thanksgiving. So he was born on Thanksgiving, and his birthday falls on Thanksgiving again this year. So he's going to be 22, Nicholas. But I just want to say that I'm very grateful and very happy that my granddaughter is now out of the hospital. She was in the hospital for 4 days,
Oh.
3 or 4 days with RSV. She was having trouble breathing, and
Oh,
I was just
jeez.
over there visiting. We had Chinese food over at their house, and she's laughing and having a grand old time. So
God bless.
Well, happy
it
to hear
was
that.
that made my year.
Oh, that's good.
That's
That's
very
good
good.
stuff.
So Madison,
We love you. Let me get Madison. We love
That's-
you,
that's
Madison.
what matters.
I got to get out of here soon. So let me get this done. All right. You say hello to everybody. Give kisses to everybody. Bruno Capolo says hashtag Tommy Cutlets. Bruno Capolo says Belichick to coach
Rico
Dallas
Carter.
at some
Rico Carter.
point. Aaron
That's
Rodgers
85.
stay at the Jets is almost over. Bruno Capolo. Rob Keane saying hello to Bobby or Bobby Lucero or one of the Bobbies. Greg DiFilippo says, how's the editing going on the pay-per-view special?
good question.
I asked him already. He says he's getting to it. What is he? Rob Keane wants to know what does he sell? Pimp him. I don't know who he's talking about. Was I talking about anybody selling stuff? I don't know.
I don't know.
And that
My
Graz,
God.
Graz, have you ever eaten a Twinkie out of a girl's ass? Greg DiFilippo.
but your wife won't mind that one.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
I mean, what the fuck?
I don't know what they're doing. These two idiots.
He's in a,
Why do you have to read everything he says?
I know.
I don't read everything he says.
Did you ever eat a Twinkie out of your wife's ass? He
No,
said.
I didn't say that.
Out of a girl's
Yeah,
ass.
out of a girl's
Yeah,
ass.
but no, I mean,
Could
not
be
out
any
of a
girl.
girl's ass.
I want to get
so,
to that.
So the bottom
Any
line
female.
is that's even worse.
I know. So neat. All right, he's suspended for the rest of the show.
He's suspended.
He's suspended for the rest of the show.
That's funny. That's good.
He's
That is
suspended.
pretty funny.
All right, so would you like? I'd like Pontillo. I'd like Steven Rocco, and I'd like Larry Izzo back for the next.
And I would like Sebastian Maniscalco.
I wish we could get Sebastian
Get
Maniscalco.
Sebastian to do like a 20-minute
should be
set
easy.
with a case of Entenmann's cakes.
He was good.
What, those three guys? I think that should be all right. We'll be all right. Bobby Lucera, thank you for everything you did for us on YouTube this week, TikTok, Instagram. We talked about the pay-per-view. DiFilippo asked about it.
Right. What else are we supposed to cover before
I
you're
was
out of
supposed
here?
to talk
I think
about.
they got
I was
the,
supposed to cover
Because
the,
me and Bobby we're playing on
Well, the on again-
covering a myriad of topics.
the on again, off again. Mike Licolia relationship is now off again.
oh.
Oh, you're not friends with him anymore?
No, he's a smart ass. He needs to grow up. So
Oh, he needs to grow up.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
None of us
Interesting.
do. He does.
Parkside, you guys basically, left me hanging out dry.
I said I was available.
Inns couldn't go.
I worked.
You worked.
You had 52.
Well, actually, I
you
would've
had,
went to-
you
I
had
would've-
75 weeks to come up with a good one.
right.
And one day, the one day I'm working
Yeah.
is.
And I would have went to the Deli game anyway. So
All right, and Zarelli did, and then Delutri and Gary.
What about
and
next
even-
weekend?
And even my son said no.
Next
weekend we can't. Next weekend is the Jim Seber bar crawl.
Oh, right.
Saturday.
So we go to bar crawl and then we go for dinner.
You're not going to want to. You're going to want to stay there. He's going to have over 100 people.
What do
Next-
I give a shit? We don't have 100 people.
Next,
I've never been somewhere where there's over 100 people before. I've
No.
left. I've left.
All right, well, I'm just telling you.
I've been to
been
places where there was 100 people and I left.
I'm smart.
I think it's.
Oh, someone's at the door.
I know who's at the door. I think. All right, limo talk. I'm getting out of here. Who's this? Hello.
Who is this?
Hey guys, see you like the video.
Oh, Larry Izzo.
Oh, it's Larry.
Larry.
Hey, that was awesome.
Larry, I'm leaving. I love you. All right.
All right, man. Good talking to you.
Yeah. Larry,
See you later.
I wish you would have called like 20 minutes ago. Look at the results.
Oh, hold on, Larry. Hold on 1 second. Hey, Professional Vinny, happy Thanksgiving to you and your family.
Thank you,
Brought up
sir.
extraordinaire to you, Kathy, the girls. Happy Thanksgiving, Bobby, to you and the family. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving to
Larry,
you.
you and the family, and all your friends over there that like us. And for everybody on Facebook, YouTube, all the listeners, good night from me. God bless. Carry these guys now for the next hour or so, all right? Good night. God bless. Have a good
Carry
Thanksgiving.
these.
You know what I mean?
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Good night,
Right,
guys.
guys.
Have
You
a great
enjoy.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Krause is going to have a really nice Thanksgiving. Look
He
at him.
is. Here
Look
he
at him.
goes.
He's hustling off to the holidays.
Don't break the TV.
That's it.
Don't forget your hat and your mug.
Thanks for coming down. Hey, you were a great guest.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Don't break the mug. He's got a mug with a handle. Larry, he's got a mug with a handle.
Yeah. Don't break it.
Any handleless mug now is going to remind me of Graz.
Look, now he goes out there. and now
no,
he has to
yeah.
like put all his stuff together.
He's gathering it. He's like a bag lady. You know what? Look at him. Look at He heard us. He's
Right,
hearing
he's
us.
got the book. He's
Shaking
got
his
the
head.
mug. He's got the hat. He's got the string bag.
His hat looks like it was stapled.
He's shoving everything in it.
Yeah. All right, go get him,
There he
Graz.
goes.
He's out the door.
Da-da-da-da-da,
Yeah, Larry, if you
da-da-da-da.
only called like 20 minutes ago, we would have got rid of him then.
That would have been bad. Yeah.
You know, he was waiting for something to happen till he would just skate out of here.
He would've just
You
left.
called and he was like, that was his signal to go, and now he's gone. And you know what?
That was it, huh?
As much as we enjoy his company, you can't get a word. Sometimes you just can't get a word in edgewise. You know.
It is tough.
But anyway, so what have you been up to? I love the video.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
I
think
thought it was
we had a
really good.
great
When did you
time.
do that?
Oh my God, we shot that in like I think one day.
Wow.
Wow.
We did that whole thing in one day, and then we just had to redo one scene. But it was really a fun thing to do, and we had a great time
No,
doing
it came out great.
We got another one coming out called Divorce Court.
Oh God, that should be good. Put me in that one. Yeah, put me in that one. I'll be the subject of that one if you don't mind.
Oh, we've all been there.
So
we've all
see,
been there.
I see that Noreen played a part in that video.
No, that was not Louise. That was me.
What?
Oh, no?
We
Going to
clearly-
the Ramada?
No,
Yeah.
not the. Yeah. She wasn't
No,
in the kitchen
no.
or something whacking it with a spoon or something. Who was that?
That was me.
That was you.
That was you whacking
What?
somebody with a spoon?
Oh my God! Didn't you get to see the mustache?
No, we watched it. I saw it for like 5 seconds here. I was wondering if you.
Oh
if you,
my God!
I was wondering if there was a spot for her, and I thought that would be the only one because I couldn't really see it great. So what I was going to say was it just was amazing that she could look like an old lady like that. I was like, oh wow, how the hell did you pull that
No,
off?
that was.
Would you get
that
a wig?
Was me. Yeah, that was the whole makeup thing. Yeah,
Wow, good job.
it was just funny. I bought the wig and the house coat on Amazon. There you go.
Don't tell her I thought it was her, please.
Yeah, she's gonna hate me now.
We can edit this whole
Yeah.
section of this show out right now.
Yeah.
No,
It
but
was
I
a
only
short
caught a quick
relationship.
glimpse. I saw it for the first time right here on this video screen
Yeah,
right
it was,
here.
it was on the
So
TV in front of us. but
we were kind of just trying to figure out who was in it. So I saw Richie was in
Yeah.
it. Rich was in it.
That was just me and Richie. That was it.
Okay. All right. Good. That was
Yeah.
good. Very good. I liked
It
it.
was fun.
I
It
want.
was fun.
I got stuck in my head now. A Gamada at the Ramada. That was great.
Yeah, that was a real.
Were you
Guido
actually
thing.
eating, were you actually eating gabagool there, or was that?
We were actually eating gabagool.
Ah.
We were actually. We did that whole thing. Like I said, we went to Aqueduct, then we went around Ozone Park, came out of the Alibi Bar. You know, it was
Yeah, the Alibi Bar. I've seen that. Where have I seen that place?
that's on.
What street is that on?
That's on Woodhaven, not Woodhaven, Cross Bay Boulevard.
I thought so, because so is New Park Pizza, and
Yes,
I
yes.
drive. I had to drive somebody down there, and I saw the Alibi Bar, and
Yeah.
wow, yeah, pretty cool, very cool. You should have done it.
Yeah.
We got to do it. You got to do. You got to get me in that divorce one. I would love to.
you think he would do well there?
Let me put you in the credits.
Yeah. Who did the editing of that?
Blake Grossman. He does my editing on the podcast,
Was that the guy
and
that was
all
at your
the
house?
video.
Yeah, that was Blake was
Blake.
there last week.
That was the guy that
Yeah.
that actually, he films the cooking show as well.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Nice kid.
Pretty cool.
That's Richie's son, right?
Stepson, yes. He's a great kid and a terrific film guy, and turning out better and better every time. Really.
Well,
Yeah.
Little
No, it was
twist
nice
to
talking
this.
to him.
I have a very close friend, I will call her Linda, who looks at the pictures. Daler. She's a Daler. She looks at the pictures from the cooking show and she goes, "That girl that's standing in front of you in the picture," she goes, "Is her name Joan?"
Oh yeah.
What was her name?
Really?
Joan.
Right?
Yeah.
So I
Joan.
go, I'm
Yeah.
sitting there, I'm going, what's her name? Joan?
Yeah,
So I
it
look,
was.
I go, Joan, all right, Joan, yes, that's her. She goes, I'm friends with her. I've known, she goes, she knows my father. I was like, what?
What? Seriously?
Small world. Man.
Yeah.
Wow.
She was married, was she married to somebody named Tim?
Yes. Unfortunately, Tim passed away.
Right.
But yeah.
She knew them both.
He was a nice guy. Yeah, very nice guy.
Wow.
And,
That's crazy.
yeah, Joni's great. Yeah, she comes to hang out at the shows. And
I said, well, she's
lot of fun.
Noreen's good friend. She's been friends with her since I think she said since she was 5, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
long
know
time.
each other for a long time. We're all from Valley Stream. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, wow, that's unbelievable. So she looks her up on Facebook and she sent her a message. And she says she never responded.
Well, maybe I'll give her a shout out.
Yeah, so tell her that Linda's desperately waiting for her response on Facebook. She's been
will.
She's been a friend of hers for years.
Oh, I'm sure she just missed it.
Yeah, I
But,
think. Well, actually, she might have been friends with her father, Steve.
Our father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to catch
Oh,
the story.
wow.
I got to get the story right.
Yeah, get it straight. I mean, you come and you tell me a half-assed story.
No, I'm just trying to get the shit together here on the story here, but I'm just, it's a small world thing. It's a
It
small
is.
world thing.
After all.
It's a small world after all.
After all, I mean,
can we
it
come
is
up
a
with that
small
song?
No, I think Walt Disney did.
Yeah, I thought we just invented
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But
that
you know what?
maniacal ride. That,
So maybe they get
tortures
rekindle
people.
an old friendship here from the cooking show. I'm just saying this could be a
There you go.
This could be
Hey,
a
we-
magical moment.
Right.
We brought somebody together there for
The
a moment.
cooking
There you
show, right? Reunited.
Yeah, and
Old
it feels so
friends.
good.
go. An old friend. Yeah.
Who
It
did
does
that
feel-
song?
It does. And it feels so
Reunited,
Is that
and
like
it
Captain
feels
Tennille
so
or
good.
something
No,
like
but
that?
it should have been. It should have been Captain Tennille.
Right?
No, I think it was Peaches and Herb.
Peaches and Herb?
Yeah.
Oh, reunited.
Yeah.
Reunited.
Wait! You didn't from the way I was singing it. You
Good.
didn't catch you didn't catch the song from the way I
I
was
didn't
singing.
catch it with the way you were singing it.
Thanks,
there,
Larry.
Bob.
Thank you.
It's okay. It must be a bad connection.
It must be very bad.
Well,
Well,
it's staticky.
Peaches and Herb.
Peaches and Herb.
Wow.
See? There it is.
Yeah, baby.
There we go. We got
That's
Peaches and
right.
Herb.
Now
Well,
you're
that's going to
talking.
be Linda
That's
and
loving,
Joan
baby.
are going to be reunited
Yeah.
from the
We'll have them call in next week and reunite.
from the Cooking with Comics show. This is what came of it. Yeah, listen
That's
to this.
right.
Listen to that. That's good stuff. You know what's good too? Look at that microphone. Look at the size of the
Oh
microphone
my
he's
God!
holding.
Looks like Gene
That's like-
Rayburn on the
Yeah.
match game.
That's like early technology, like Shure 58 microphone.
I'll be honest. I knew it was
like 2
Peaches
feet
and Herb,
long.
and I'm looking at this video right now, and I never knew what they looked like. I mean, I was aware that they were black. I was aware.
He actually looks like Freddie Boom Boom Washington from Welcome
does.
Back, Kotter.
But they look good.
A little bit.
Look at the collar on him. That big flappy collar right over the lapels of his jacket.
It goes
that
out-
was so 70s.
Yeah. It goes like straight out to the
Oh,
shoulders.
God.
Remember that?
Yeah.
That was the style. You
You're
would
right.
take your shirt.
That was
and
like, what did they call that? It was a special name for that.
Gay. It was called
Iguanian
gay.
look or
It was
something
gay.
like that.
Uh,
Gay.
No, I think a fly.
No, you're right though. There was a name for it, but
Yeah.
it was like you would take the
at
collar
the
of your shirt
sideburns.
and put it out over your suit jacket.
He's got the pork chop
Yeah, it was
sideburns.
called like the Saturday Night Fever thing.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. It was.
Yeah.
Right.
It was quite. It was quite a look for, and it
This is
definitely
classic
is
70s.
encapsulated in the '70s.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Then
You
the-
used to
the
wear
real-
that with the platform shoes.
Yeah.
And go to yeah.
You know, really, you
What
think
was
about
it?
men's fashion over the years has not changed much drastically at all. You know, until recently, everybody's dressing like cross-dressing, I guess. But the
I
thing,
gotta tell you though, Bob, I never got the pleated pants.
I hate
You know,
pleated pants.
it's-
Oh my God! Thank you for hitting
pleated
on that.
pants, yeah.
Thank you for hitting on that.
Nah.
Pleated pants. I fucking hate pleated pants.
First of all, it only worked when you were a teenager and got your heart on for the first time.
It's a
because
good
then you
masker.
look like you
Yeah.
can sit down
Hides it
and,
well.
and it really masked it, it covered that that big bulge. But other
it's like-
than that, you look like you were wearing a colostomy bag, especially if you were a short guy.
I always hated pleated pants. I've said this a million times. I've never ever owned a pair of pleated pants. I've seen people wear them, and I'm like, I never want that look. I don't want that fucking look.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, I did all the things like in the '70s or whatever. We used to cuff the bottom of the dungarees, the Levi's. You'd cuff the bottoms, stuff like that, and that was a cool look. So if I was a 32 length, I'd buy a 34 so I could cuff it.
Right.
And,
Right,
one
right.
of those. But that was as drastic as we got. And I was like, what are you kidding me? Jeans, shirt, T-shirt, button-down shirt, anything. But men's fashion's gone really nowhere.
Well, you think about like suits. I mean, it's still,
wait a
Suits
minute.
are still
They
the
got
same.
the-
right. It's just still the same. 3-piece, 2-piece.
You look at a video. You look
You know.
at something from 1930. Guy standing there with a jacket, a tie, a white shirt, and a pair of and a suit pants.
Yeah.
And you could take that, and the guy's still wearing that today.
Absolutely.
That's true. The only thing is the sizes change. Now these young guys are wearing suits that don't look like they fit them. They look like Pee Wee Herman suits.
Oh yeah, I was.
The slim fit.
I was working at
Yeah.
UBS
Yeah,
last
It's
night.
so slim though. It looks like they don't fit.
Yeah.
They don't. They're very
and then
tight,
they're like,
and they're almost knickers.
Yeah, well, they're
Yes.
supposed to be. They're short at the bottom. They wear no socks.
Well,
Yeah.
this guy last night, I'm working at UBS. I was working the Islander game last night, and I'm in the back by where the referees are and the Zamboni and stuff. That's why I always am over there. And we're hanging out, and we're all laughing at everything that goes by us, everybody that walks by us, all the hot shots who are in the suites and stuff. So one guy walks by. He's got the tight pants, like you just said. He's got a suit. He's got he's got a blazer on, a white shirt, but he's got his pants stop and are tapered above his ankle. So that, so that he could show off these fucking ridiculous socks he's wearing,
Right.
that had horizontal stripes all the way around. And I went up to the guys walking by, and I go, "Hey, I see you got your high waters on there." Huh?
why don't you go work in a rice paddy? Yeah?
You know.
So everybody starts laughing, and I was like, "Why would you want to show off those fucking ugly socks?"
It's like, what are you talking about?
He's like, "Well,
It's a good socks.
I was like, "Oh my God, it's pathetic. Keep going, keep
Why do
going."
you got to say that?
Hey,
Guys.
can I ask if he was wearing brown shoes?
Yes! Yeah, that's the next thing. What's going on with these tan brown shoes everybody's wearing now? They don't go with the shoe.
Like, but I got to say one thing.
Depends on the cover of
in
the
the
suit.
70s. I remember in the 70s working around the Wall Street area, and I used to get there early in the morning, right, to beat the traffic. And I used to watch the guys all go to work on, they all had, it looked like a sea of guys that worked for Blockbuster. They all had the blue shirts on, the khaki pants, the brown shoes. This was all like dress down Friday stuff. And they all wore the same outfit. And I went, holy shit. They should open up Blockbuster here, man. It's great.
I started noticing this about 5 or 6 years ago, that all these guys that are wearing you're wearing a black suit or a brown, not a brown suit, a navy blue suit.
Blue.
Right?
Blue.
And they got these fucking brown tan shoes on. And my father would have rapped me in the head if I wore tan shoes with a black suit. He would have said,
No, you can't wear it with a black suit.
He did. They
No,
do.
no.
Black and navy blue.
Well, blue and brown shoes is fine.
Still
blue
looks,
suit, brown
it
shoes.
still looks ridiculous. They're tan with these white soles or whatever the hell they are.
Oh, that.
And it
That's
looks,
like the new business
it's
casual
horrible.
nonsense. No, you're talking about a whole other level of fagness.
Everybody's wearing this.
What's going on right now?
Everybody's wearing these freaking shoes.
Yes.
It was like when
He's
Capizio's.
talking about like boating. They look like boating.
Yeah,
boating shoes.
and they're white on the bottom.
They look ridiculous.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Fugazi.
It's
shoes.
so fugazi. It really
Hey,
is. It really
but what
pisses me.
about this is the ultimate, all right? This is the things I've seen this week. One at a major party, two guys come in dressed up, right, like twins almost, and they had nice suits on, and they're wearing freaking sneakers.
No.
Yeah,
this is the
that's
new.
the other stupid look.
It's a Florida wedding. Here we go.
How do you wear sneakers with a suit? I mean,
Yeah.
it's pathetic. You spend a lot of money on a suit, you look ridiculous. You look like a freak. You look like a freaking bozo walking around with sneakers on. I don't get it.
I don't get the
Huh?
suit and sneakers. No. You're
No.
wearing a
You
suit.
know,
You
my
put on a pair of
father-
shoes.
My father used to be a real funny guy, and he used to wear like light chino pants. And one day I take him to the mall, and he comes and he had these sneakers on, these white sneakers. Then he started acting like like a retard.
Oh my God! Like on Seinfeld.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I definitely like just like Kramer, and I just definitely left them there and walked out to the car, let him walk around the mall. That was funny.
Nah, my father was a snappy dresser. Always dressed really, really sharp. So when I used to dress up, like we hanging out, you're hanging out in the corner smoking cigarettes and fucking drinking beers and stuff, and we're wearing jeans and T-shirts and whatever. And, we wore sneakers or work boots or whatever it was. And he used to go, "You look like a bum. You look like a bum." He used to go, "Why don't you wear some nice slacks?" I hate the fucking word slacks.
Slacks?
Slacks.
Get a nice pair of slacks.
He used to go get yourself a nice pair of slacks.
Right.
I just go, what the fuck? Slacks.
Yeah.
My friends would have beat me up for just saying the word slacks.
Word slacks, yeah.
Slacks. Oh my
Hey,
God.
you go to the store, you get yourself a nice pair of slacks.
Get
What's
a
the
nice
problem?
pair of what the hell is a slack?
It's a nice pair of pants.
Why do we call
Maybe
it
he
a pair of
thought
pants?
you were a slacker.
Right.
And why are they called pairs of pants when shirts aren't called a pair of sleeves?
Interesting.
Why is it a pair of pants? I don't get it.
It's because there's two legs?
Well, there's two arms in a shirt.
I don't know. The term slacks, by the way,
All
comes
right.
from the Middle English word slack, which means loose or slack. It
Well,
reflects the fact
We were
that
very anti-slack and loose.
the slacks were intended to be a more relaxed alternative to tight pants that were commonly worn at the time. This is 19th century.
They wore tight pants in the
Yeah,
19th
but
century.
didn't they,
Apparently. Yeah, like
didn't they
you see,
refer
like,
to women's clothes?
have you ever seen a picture of the guys that signed the Declaration of Independence? They're
It's
all
freaky,
wearing
very
tight,
freaky.
Yeah, they were all wearing the tight pants.
I think they got a pair of pants when they were like 5, and they just had to keep wearing them forever because they could never get another pair.
Right, so slacks came
Why
from
couldn't
loose
they
pants.
extend the pants
Slack.
to the ankle? I never understood that.
No, I don't know why either.
They ran out of material. What
Yeah, now, what do they call it now? They call it capris.
Well,
yeah.
Capri, the ladies, they used to call them knickers. Remember?
Knickers, back in the
Knickers.
day. My father used to tell me, he goes, one day those things are going to come back, those knickers. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, really? He goes, yeah, when I
Yeah.
was a kid, he was in the 30s and 40s. He said we wore knickers.
I don't think knickers are coming back.
It hasn't happened yet.
No, definitely not.
Well, I have to beg to differ with you guys. It hasn't come back, but there was a guy that was in a band that used to wear them. If you remember the 70s, it was called the Young Rascals.
Oh, my God.
And the lead singer, Eddie, used to wear the knickers. He used to come out with knickers.
Wow.
I
I didn't even
remember
know
that,
that. I
'cause
remember
I-
the Young Rascals. I don't remember it.
Yeah.
But there was the Bay City Rollers wore something like that.
Bay City
The
Rollers.
base
City
SATURDAY night SATU. They taught me how to spell Saturday. It was very good. But they had that song at the good old rock and roll. Whoa, Joe, gotta go Saturday night. They were hot. They were like big, and everybody thought they were going to be bigger than the Beatles, and they fizzled out after one album.
There you
But
go.
they wore knickers.
Yeah.
I think my father was very proud at that moment when he was watching the show and he's like, "See, I told you, it's coming back." And they were the only ones that ever wore them. That was it. But other than that, I mean, so what are you doing for Thanksgiving?
I'm going to my mother-in-law's house, and gonna have a nice family dinner with 35 of us.
Wow.
It's a nice big yeah.
Very nice.
You're gonna
Very
have, you're
enjoyable
gonna
every
have sweet potatoes with baked marshmallows on top, covered up so that they look like soup.
Right, I got the beans, and we're having a corn salad.
Give everybody a portion of
And a corn
beans
salad.
with the syrup, with the log
Syrup?
cabin.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I was really generous, Agraz, by the way, to leave you with that 1 ounce of log cabin syrup that he left for you. You guys can keep
Well,
this.
I did use it, I must say.
Oh, you spread it on some
See?
waffles? What'd
On
you
my
do?
Eggo.
Oh, Lego my Eggo.
Ah, there you go.
Eggo, my Eggo.
All right.
But,
you know, those damn
hey,
little
guys.
Legos are good.
Listen, have a great Thanksgiving, Richie, Bobby, and
You too, Larry.
tell Bobby also in the Lazera, and all you guys have a great Thanksgiving, man. Enjoy.
You too. Enjoy.
You too, Larry.
Tell Noreen I said happy
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. Tell everybody I said happy Thanksgiving, and you have a great time.
All right, and I'll reach out to Joni, get that Linda thing.
Yeah,
going,
yeah,
man.
please. This is very important.
I will.
You have an
Yes.
assignment.
Take care, guys.
All right,
care,
Larry.
Larry.
Have a good night.
Happy Thanksgiving.
You too.
Congratulations
You too,
on
man.
that video.
Thank you, brother.
I love it. I love it.
Good.
He's an Italian boy going home. All right, so you got my song on.
Is this your song?
Everybody Wants to Rule the World. That was the song I picked as our theme song, and Graz had it for a little while, and then we dumped it for something weirder.
I was going to say probably something less
See,
relevant.
I like having a theme song. I really do. I like having a show theme song. This
Right.
song, I fell in love with this song when Cheers for Fears first came out with it.
Mm-hmm.
And Dennis Miller used to use it as the theme song to his show.
Oh,
Dennis Miller used to have a show on
Yeah, I remember his show.
cable
sure.
that was it was funny as hell. Dennis Miller I found very funny.
Yeah.
And his theme song to his show was Everybody Wants to Rule the World because he talked a lot of politics. And you know, he's a right winger.
Yes.
He's a big time right winger, and
surprisingly quiet.
lately,
Yeah.
the last few years,
Sure.
but he used to
Right.
be really, you know, outspoken, conservative, and I always liked this song because it just sounds. First of all, it's a well written song, but it's this message of the song is true. Everybody does want to rule the world.
Right. Everybody wants to rule the world. That they do.
You know what's happening now is we got the Ukrainians and Russia escalating that war because they want to start something ugly before Trump gets in.
Now, somebody said something to me, which I find interesting, that like if the U.S. is there a thing, and I could probably look it up maybe, like if we're in a wartime where you can't transfer power from one president to another.
Oh God, please.
Somebody brought it up to
you
me.
think that might be the reason?
Is that the reason he all of a
If
sudden
we get drawn
decides-
into the war, that we can't
Well,
transfer.
but I don't understand why is he making these major decisions?
He
of
did
launching...
nothing all these years,
Right,
and
you
now
did
all
nothing.
of a sudden,
And all of a sudden
he's
you're on your way out the
escalating.
door and you're escalating.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's very suspicious. It really is.
but nobody's.
I
you know,
looked at it
saying
as
anything.
though I looked at it as though he wants to leave Trump the biggest mess he could possibly leave him. So
Right.
Just to make him look bad, so that when he gets in there, how's he going to fix this? Because he swore he was going to
He's so
fix
much
it.
better when he cleans it up.
Yeah. Well, I hope so. But
I hope so too.
what you're saying is that you can't transfer power during wartime. They would have to. First of all, it would be really fucked up for us right now to declare ourselves involved in any real war in a hands-on, straight, first-person kind of situation where we're involved all full scale. So I don't know, but the thing is, I think he's making a bigger mess than it was before.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, Ukraine's using U.S. missiles made in the U.S. to shoot at Russia. They didn't do that the whole time. They didn't have access to that. Now he's giving them access to that.
Right.
There's something fishy going on here. It ain't right. But I can't wait. It can't happen soon enough where Trump just takes over. I can't deal with it anymore. I just can't deal with this Biden mess. Doesn't know what he's saying. Walking into the fucking woods on that
Walking
video.
into the woods.
Walks into the woods.
You gonna tell me this guy's making decisions?
So
I mean,
this guy
you know.
can't even figure out how to walk away from a podium
Right.
and not get himself lost in the woods, and he's going to make decisions based on what for the betterment of our country.
So I know he woke up one morning, he's eating his oatmeals, and all of a sudden says, "You know what? I think those long-range missiles
Yeah.
are going to be on my agenda today.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to give Zelensky a call and say, you know what? Fuck it.
There is no rationale to anything he's doing.
Fire him out.
There
What
you
the
go.
hell?
You're right. But there's.
I mean,
that's
is
what I'm
that
saying.
what happened?
There's no rationale to anything he's doing other than just to be vindictive. He hates. I guess he hates Trump. He hates that was pushed out.
I think that's
he
pretty-
hate. I think he even
I think
hates.
that's well documented.
I think he hates Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
I think he hates everybody right now. He's just bitter. So you're leaving this guy in charge with his Alzheimer's disease in full force, sadly to say, and
Yeah.
and he's the one making decisions for our country. Please, what the fuck is going on here?
These are from the same people that didn't think he was competent enough, which is why they asked him to step
Right.
down
But
from
now-
running.
But now he's okay to just run it for
But
the
now,
last 2
right.
months.
But now it's okay for him to make major decisions that
He should be
affect
making zero decisions.
our security.
Anything he says that we should do right now, we should not do.
All right.
All right, we should just sit back now and coast to January 20th. Or they should implement something where Trump takes instant control. He gets in now. So you know what's so fucked up about people? They don't know how the government works.
That'd be great. It's like a video of just Trump kicking in the front door
Yeah.
of the White House.
I gotta get you guys out of here. You're
grabbing
fucking
Joe.
this up. You're fucking this up. And
Throw him out
frankly,
the door.
frankly, I can't take it anymore. I'm coming in now. Pack your bags. Get the fuck out. You and Kamala, go away. And Dr. Jill.
Well, is she back from Hawaii yet?
I don't think so.
No, she's
But
still
the-
on vacation.
But the thing is,
and
you know-
the press secretary defended her vacation. Did you
Really?
see
Of course
that?
she did.
Yes, she was like, she deserves that.
She deserves that for
Oh, she
what?
deserves
She
that.
break from what?
And the question was, after she defended her, is the optics good that she went on vacation while DNC staffers still haven't been paid while they're sorting out the
Well,
finances?
they're 20 million in the hole.
People have lost their jobs now, and
They went all out.
there's aftermath here. But you're off vacationing because you need a break.
They went all out in
But
support
these
of
people all
Kamala.
just lost their job.
They went all out in support of her. Put everything on the table. Rah, rah, rah.
So great.
Win at all costs. Lose. Disappear. She disappears.
Not just lose,
Yeah.
lose.
It was a landslide. I know what you're saying.
miserably.
But the thing is, we have people. There are people right now who are sitting here going, Trump said he was going to do all these things. How come he hasn't done them yet? I'm like, he's not in office yet. Why not? I'm like, do you understand how the government works?
No,
do you have
they
any
don't.
fucking idea how the government works?
No.
People are like, why is Biden still in there? Why doesn't Trump just start working now? What? I'm like,
Oh my God.
January 20th. That's when it takes the
Do
transition.
they not
to
realize? How
they
old
don't
are
know
these
how it
people?
works.
How old are these people?
They're not that young.
I was gonna say. I mean, if they're in their 20s, all right.
No.
you haven't really caught on to that yet.
I don't get if
Something.
if you're new to the game and
Yeah.
you've never been through an election
You're a
before.
40-year-old and you don't know that?
But
That's a little
that's one
alarming.
thing. If you're a youngster who's 18 and 22, maybe voting.
Right.
But to be 50 years old and sit there going, "Well, how come
No.
Trump isn't doing
Why
what he
isn't
said
he
he was
in
going to do yet? And why doesn't he just get Biden out of there now? Why isn't he taking over?" There's a way it's been always done for 250 years that the president takes over on January 20th. Mm-hmm. Used to be some way back in the day it was April, but then they made it January.
Really?
Yeah, it used to be April, I think.
Was election day still November?
Well, maybe that's a good question. We'd have to check that out. But
Just
there was one
Google it.
president. There was one president who made a speech, his acceptance speech. I got to look this up. One president made his acceptance speech in January, or in the middle of the winter, caught pneumonia and died.
Wait a minute. Really?
Yeah. He was only president for a very short time. Unless I dreamt this. Might be a dream sequence. I don't know. But I think it happened.
You're not sure.
I have an inkling that it happened, and I don't know who it was. Shortest term for a president. We got to figure that one out. It was like 1 year.
Yeah, that was
The
like 1
shortest
year.
term for a president was
Harding?
No, Henry Harrison served like 30 days, and
Right.
he died of like a cold he got
Yeah, from
Yeah,
his inauguration
died.
speech.
from his inauguration speech.
There you go. See, I knew
That's
I heard
crazy.
that. Thank you, Mr. Shannon. After all these years, my
Vinny,
social
would you
stud-
just have that ready at the
yeah,
fingertips?
that was quick.
That was
I
quick.
watch a lot of like U.S. history content. So.
Well, wait a minute, you didn't look that up. You
Oh,
just.
wait.
I did not look it up. I just knew it. I've been
Wow.
listening the whole time.
But aren't you
Vinny,
somewhat?
a hidden
I am
talent.
totally
history.
impressed by
I
you
think
knowing
he's a
that.
buff.
He's a buff.
He's got to be.
He's a buff.
That qualifies you as a buff.
When you know that, you're
We have-
officially a buff.
We have a history buff on Limo Talk.
That's
What
right.
makes someone a buff? That.
Yes.
That makes someone a
That
buff.
makes you a buff immediately.
I always
right
wanted
off
to
the
be
bat.
a buff. You know, I am a political buff, but I've never been. A history buff is great.
Yeah, it is. My friend Dan is like that.
People always say like,
Big history
"Oh, he's
buff.
a
He
civil."
knows stuff.
Keith Hernandez is a Civil War
Civil
buff.
War. How do you be a buff?
How you gonna
That's
be
where I
a
got that
buff?
from.
He's a buff. Well, anyway, see, so it was Harry. It was George Harrison. What was?
George Harrison was a short. Inauguration day was moved in 1937 following ratification of the 20th Amendment to the Constitution, where it has remained since. A similar Sunday exception and move to Monday is made around this date as well, which happened in 57, 85, and 2013.
So it was moved from what to? It was moved from April.
It was moved from March
from March.
to January. As technological advances greatly reduced the times to tabulate voters, report
see,
the
that was
results,
the thing,
and
is a long time.
travel, such a lame duck period was no longer logistically necessary. As a result, the 20th Amendment was ratified on January 23rd and 33.
We're still counting.
Moved it up on the 20th, and the new
In March,
Congress,
you're still counting.
and that's when they moved Congress to January 3rd.
Well, so that was Harrison, and
The shortest. yeah.
30 days, because I remember Mr. Shannon, when I was in, might even been Mr. McCrowan or McNally, my social studies teachers. I love social studies. I did. I loved history. So I remember them saying that there was a president who lasted like a month and he got pneumonia because he stood outside making like an hour and a half, 2 hours speech on his inauguration and got so sick he died.
31 days. William Henry Harrison.
William Henry Harrison.
31 days. The next shortest was James Garfield, 199 days.
And what happened to him? Shot?
Died
got shot.
6 months and 15 days into term, 79 days after being shot.
Yeah,
He
got
was
shot.
assassinated.
There are theories that he would have survived his assassination, but because of how medical treatment was back then, they kind of fucked up, and that's why he died.
Oh.
What do you mean he's bleeding?
What do we do? I don't know. It's only 1937.
I got a box of Band-Aids.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. It's
Flesh colored.
it's 1881 with James Garfield.
Garfield, 1881.
1881.
Oh, wait a minute. So he wasn't far after Lincoln.
No.
Wow. It was like an epidemic then.
Then we had a partial term for Zachary Taylor, 492 days. Died 1 year, 4 months, and 5 days into his term. Doesn't say why or how.
Of disappointment. He died of disappointment.
William Harding died 2 years, 4 months into term.
Harding. I was right about Harding. I said Harding before.
Yeah, Gerald Ford, only 895 days.
Yeah, but that was because he took over for Nixon after Nixon resigned, and then he lost his election to Jimmy Carter. Hi, my name is Jimmy Carter. I'm running for president. Peanut farmer. How you doing? My wife and my daughter. What was his daughter's name? Amy. My daughter Amy.
Amy. Yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah. Then Millard Fillmore.
Millard Fillmore.
One partial term, 2 years, 7 months, 23 days. And then JFK after him, who was assassinated, of course. 2 years, 10 months,
He
and
said,
2
"You know what it
days.
is?" He said, "I need this job like I need a hole in the head." You know, I always hated that expression.
Vinny, where are you with the rim shot, Vinny?
Yeah, that would have
Thank
been
you.
a good one for that. But
Thank you.
I used to hate when people said, "I need this job. I need this like I need a hole in the head," because I'm a very visual person, and I actually picture people with a hole in their head when they say shit like that to me. Who says that? Why did you come up with an expression like that? I need this like I need a hole in the head.
Now,
You don't want to go into it?
well, I mean, there is a guy. There's actually a carpet guy on 110, been there forever, and his nickname is Old Hole in the Head. And there's actually this guy Jim Flack, I think his name is.
Oh, that goes back a long way.
And his head is on the building, and it's got a hole, like a black circle painted on his forehead, like a hole in the head. That's like his thing.
That grosses me out.
Old hole in the head. Yeah.
I would never get.
I guess you wouldn't buy carpet from him. Longest president in length is FDR, Franklin Delano
Well, he
Roosevelt.
did 3 terms.
3 terms, 4,422 days.
But I don't know how he was allowed to do that when no one else has ever been allowed to.
That's a good question. I was just wondering that. FDR, 32nd president till his death. The longest service. He's the only president to have served more than 2 terms. His initial 2 terms were centered on combating the Great Depression, while his 3rd and 4th saw him shift his focus to America's involvement in World War II. Still doesn't say why he was allowed to do that.
I think he was allowed to do that because there was no amendment yet preventing anyone from running
Term
after 2
limits?
terms. There was no term limit, and because of
No
like the
term
war
limit.
and stuff, it was easy for him to get reelected because people didn't want to change leaders during like a time of crisis.
Yeah, it was
But then after
big
he
crisis.
died, they put in a term limit.
They figured it out.
Was he the buck stops here guy?
Was that him? No, I don't think so.
Or was that that might have been Truman?
That's to Harry Truman. Buck stops here. Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
Oh,
I don't know. I get into this stuff. I do. It really also blows my mind
interesting.
how little people know.
Yeah.
If you ask them, like they don't know who the vice presidents are. They don't know. They really don't even know anything that you really talk about. American citizens don't know shit about what's going on in this country.
About
They
US
don't know how
history.
they don't know how the political system works. They don't know the difference between. They wouldn't know. Your Speaker of the House is like foreign language to them. They don't know what that means.
Meanwhile, it's the third,
It's third in
third
line.
line to the presidency.
And the
Most people don't know that.
Senate Majority Leader and the Minority Leader, and they think the Minority Leader must be black. It's like, what the fuck? You don't understand what that means?
Right.
They don't get it.
No.
They don't know.
Well, it's like, most people don't get stuff.
No, but it's really sad that they get to vote. It's sad
Yeah.
that they get to vote. You should
I
know.
know.
You should have some basic comprehension of what the whole political system, how it works, who's running and who's running for what, and what their job is, and some sort of history of the country before you're allowed to fill out a ballot. And we're ready to give ballots to people who just jumped over the border last week.
They don't care.
They don't care.
Did you hear I know Graz sent it to us. Did you hear the Brian Williams rant?
Brian, really, very good.
I thought it
It was
was
short, though, very short.
Well, it was short, but it was to the point, and I think he covered it pretty well.
Yeah, he said about
They
have
need a
to-
wake-up call.
They need to demolish the system, what they have, and start all over.
Insulting voters, telling them that there's another interview I saw that a colleague at work sent me, and there's this lady, Lindy Lee, I think her name is, and she worked for Kamala's campaign and other campaigns, and she's pretty young relatively, but she knows a lot of people and raises like millions of dollars for them. And she came out on Fox with an interview, basically, killing the Democratic Party, like kind of telling them like, yeah, they wasted all this money on all this stuff and this and that, and I got nothing to hide, kind of thing, like, because she felt responsible, and she, because she had told her donors, she was being told by the Harris campaign that this was going to be close, we were going to win, like, yes, keep raising money, keep the money coming in, and she's
Well,
like,
that was the other thing. That was a
she's
ploy.
like, now, right? She goes, now it's
They were
like
duped.
Right. She goes, the worst part of this whole thing is that they're telling us the whole time we're going to win, and we're out there getting the money, and it's not even close.
Yeah, they were like,
It's not even
they were
close.
telling-
She
they
goes,
were
now
tell-
how does that make us look?
exactly.
Right?
That's what I've been hearing a lot about this.
Yes.
And that is they were lying to people. And the media helped them. had a hand in it.
Right.
Because the media was saying, oh, it's neck and neck. Kamala actually has a 2-point lead, but let's not lose it.
Yep.
You know, let's all the swing states are. She's got a
Lying.
point. She's a point up in most of the swing states and this and that. So if we pump in some more money and get her out there,
Right.
we're going to win these states and we're going to win this election. So
Pennsylvania.
keep pumping the money in. So $1 billion comes in. $1 billion.
over $1 billion.
Yeah, and
I think it's like 1.2.
and they were wrong and they were lying. They were lying because most of the polls, and Trump was saying it all along. We're way ahead. We're way ahead in all the swing states. We're leading. We're leading. I don't believe anything anybody's telling
President Trump.
Right? And he's telling them they're lying. And they're all going at Trump. He's another one. He's out of his fucking mind. Listen to him. He's fucking crazy. All the polls say that she's winning in most of the swing states. He's going, we're going to win big in Pennsylvania. We're going to win big in Michigan. We're going to win big in Wisconsin. And they're going, oh, he's on drugs, this guy. He's going to lose. Mm-hmm. All we need to do is pump in some more money. Kamala's got a 2-point lead, and we're going to win. And he wasn't even close.
It wasn't even close.
Why?
Because it was
lied to you.
Yes, it was all pumped up on lies. And when the truth came down, that's why everybody is so shocked on the other side. Because nobody saw this coming because they were told they're leading.
That's right.
And you know what else they didn't count on, Bobby? There's a group of Americans out there that don't even watch TV and don't even really read the news and aren't really involved in any of this. And they were a very big community in Pennsylvania that came out and voted for Donald Trump.
The Amish.
The Amish.
Yep.
The overlooked Amish come out in droves.
I was laughing and bursting
These are people
with
not watching
bursting
TV.
with pride. Bursting with pride when I saw horse-drawn buggies and Amish guys with hats with Trump signs on the back of their fucking buggy.
On their buggies.
That was awesome. Flags.
Going to vote.
We're going to vote.
We're going to vote.
And
buggy after buggy
because
after
what it really
buggy
came down
and
to,
horse and buggy.
What it really came down to is Trump stayed on message the entire time, talked about the economy, talked about the border, talked about national security, and talked about all the things that were very important, and inflation was probably the most important to most people because they were spending a fortune at the grocery store and saying, what the hell's going on? When does this stop? So he was talking about it, pounding away at it, and the people felt it in their pockets. And once people feel it in their pockets, they ain't going for you if you're the one that's causing the problem. So they're not going for you.
Not only are you causing the problem, but you also said you're not going to change anything.
Well, her death sentence was when she said,
and
they said, what would change? That was on The View.
On The View.
They were like,
the
what
best
would you
part
change?
is that was a layup question handed by Sonny.
All she had to do was say, well, I'm going to do a couple of things different in the economy. I'm going to, tweak this, tweak that. She could have said anything.
She's like, nah.
She goes, I can't, nothing comes to mind.
No, nothing
they
comes
said,
to
what would
mind.
you change about Joe Biden's policies? What would you change in your administration? Oh,
can't think of
nothing
anything.
comes to mind.
Nah.
Whoa. Even if you wanted to be nice and not destroy him, all you could say is, you could have said, well, there's a few things that I think need a little revision, a little fine tuning that we could make it better and we can make it more feasible for people to go to the store.
There's so many other ways she could have
said
answered
anything.
that.
Talk the word salad you usually talk, but nope, just clearly said can't think of anything.
The one time she doesn't come up
no
with
salad,
no pontificating.
Straight to the point. She went, can't think of anything.
Nah. No, I'm good.
You know what? And I'm watching what's going on right now with locally here in Nassau County with this is why. And my father always told me this: believe none of what you hear, and half of what you read.
See.
Half of what you read or see. Right? Believe nothing that you read.
My father
nothing,
said that all the time.
Right? Believe nothing that you hear. And what people are saying now in Nassau County is that Bruce Blakeman has messed up CSCA's the civil service employees' health insurance. He didn't do it. He did not do it. The state has canceled the insurance that was with NYSHIP, and he gave them a whole year to come up with something different, something better, something that you might want to contribute to, something that you don't contribute to, a couple other options. Because they weren't contributing to their medical insurance. A lot of the people in the system.
Oh, right, and then they had to start for the first time.
So if
Yes,
if
I
Night
do
Ship,
remember this.
which the New York State
Night Ship.
canceled the insurance plans with the deal with Night Ship, now they have to come up with a new insurance plan. So CSEA dropped the ball completely. Blakeman came up with several options, and they sat on it for a year. And now these people are faced with the possibility of having no insurance now. And who they blaming? The media. Blaming Blakeman. It ain't Blakeman's fault. It's
Right.
not Blakeman's fault. Came from the state first, and now CSEA had their chance to really come up with something, negotiate, come to the table. Blakeman said, I'm inviting you to the table right now. Let's negotiate. Let's come up with a plan. But he also said, too, that in most instances, and most people do, there's a contribution made by the member who is the employee.
25%,
right?
something like that.
And what he proposed was that they might have to pay 12% as a single person and 21% as a family plan. All right, so yeah, it's a contribution. It's not killer, but
Right.
that was the way it was coming down. But that was also a negotiation number, so it might have gone lower or whatever it was. But you got to come to the table and negotiate. They didn't even bother. They just and this to me is the Democratic ploy to try to make Blakeman look bad. Guess what's coming up in November next year?
Election.
The election for county executive.
Shocking.
So what they're doing right now is trying to make Blakeman look bad. And I'm going
Right.
to tell you right now,
They could use that against them in the
they
election.
will. That's
Yeah.
what they do.
Right.
And instead of making something succeed and making it better for the people, no, let's make it fail so that we can get back the power and get back in office. So what they want is they just want to get the county executive position back. Meanwhile, Blakeman has done an amazing job as the county executive. He's on top of everything. He's out
is.
there. He's
He's out
it.
there
He's
everywhere.
doing a great job, and they want to destroy him. So what the Democrat Party, and I'm sorry, I hate to knock this one particular group of people, but what they would rather do is see it sink in the hole and fail and let people suffer rather than negotiate, come up with a plan that's successful for everyone, only because in November of 2025, they'd rather see their candidate win so that they have some dirt to throw out on Blakeman. That's the way they operate. They want Trump to fail.
Of course.
All the picks he's got for cabinet positions and stuff like that, they got a problem with every one of them.
Of course.
Because they
do.
want him to fail, so that in 4 years, so we could suffer for 4 years trying, and they get rid of all the good people he wants to bring in, so that we could suffer. They'd rather see this country plummet into the fucking abyss that it's already starting its way into, continue into this abyss. They'd rather see that so that they can guarantee that they'll win in 2028. That's their vision.
Yeah, of course.
That's their vision for right now. Get the
That's-
fuck out of here.
that's all they wanna do.
Anybody who votes with that party, I swear to God. And look at Brian Williams. Look what he said. They need
I
to
was gonna say,
reevaluate what they're doing.
All you got to do is,
You-
look at
you're-
other people that have been Democratic and what they say. You don't even have to bash them at this point. They do it all on their own. That's what I say. Because
Your
sometimes you
government-
start bashing them and they're like, you just hate them, whatever. No, really
No, I
don't.
see what I
mean,
see.
You
And-
just see what it is.
Look,
You know?
you can defend whatever. Oh, this is my party, the party. Forget the party, all right? What elected officials are supposed to do is do the job that you elected them to do, and that is to make your life better and give you better choices and better options over the course of their term that make your life improve somehow, some way. That's what you voted for them for. They promised you improvements. They promised you either whether it's lower taxes, infrastructure stuff, they're going to fix this, they're going to fix that, they're going to build this, they're going to build that, whatever they're going to do. Transportation, anything that they promised, they got to do it. Instead of letting it fall through the cracks, do nothing, and let you suffer. Meanwhile, if let's say they lose based on those premises, they lose, now they're going to sabotage the Republican who got in, sabotage his 2, 4, or 6 year term, whatever the hell it is, sabotage it so that you can suffer only so that they can regain power. Think about that. Take that one home for a minute. That's what they're doing. I just watched 4 years of Joe Biden. 4 years and watch this country go down from successful to down the toilet in 4 short years. It can happen.
It could easily happen. Well, and hopefully it'll easily come back. But my hopes of the Eagles losing this game tonight, Bobby, as a selfish Cowboy fan, going down the toilet here. The Rams are mounting a comeback. It's 27-14, but Rams just missed a field goal to bring it within 10. It's still third quarter, I think, late in the third quarter.
So
but
the
this
Rams are winning?
Idiot's got to miss a kick. Rams are losing 27-14.
Oh,
Eagles
what's
are
the
winning.
Eagles' record this year?
The Eagles are pretty good. They're 8 and what are they? 8 and 4.
having a
Yeah, they're definitely having a year.
Certainly having a better year than we're having here anywhere in New York.
They are 8 and 2, so they win tonight. They'll be 9 and 2. Commanders are now 7 and 5. Cowboys are 4 and 7. Giants are 2 and 9.
2 and 9 is disgrace. I feel
2
bad
and
for
9
people.
is
I'm looking at the crowd today.
Is tough to
at,
take.
At MetLife, I'm looking at the crowd, and I'm looking at the Giants stuff on, and they're all proud fans or happy fans. And I'm saying to myself, you know how much money?
Faithful fans.
Faithful fans. How much money was cold out there today?
Yep.
They're spending their money on a team that's got nothing, got absolutely nothing.
Nothing to give them.
And they, when they left, they'd all leaving at halftime.
Well, would you stay? See, that's why I'm curious to see Thursday on Thanksgiving. This is prime time, 4:30 on Thanksgiving. Okay, and you might be looking at a half-empty stadium in Cowboy Stadium, which I hope for. Because that means Jerry didn't make money, and that means maybe he'll change something and get a wake-up call. Or
that's what it takes.
But that's what it takes. That's absolutely what it takes. And what it
Bad
takes
leadership.
It takes for guys that have millions of dollars down there that buy his suites every season for that beloved team of theirs, okay, to not re-up for next year and say, you know what, Jerry, I can't afford the $50 million for the suite this year. I'm sorry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what?
And have a couple of businessmen tell him that, and then him try and sell it and can't sell them, and that affects his bottom line. Then you'll see some change.
He got
from my team.
He branded that franchise back in the not him, but that's got, they have the name, the Cowboys name, and the championships and the winning that they did on the Troy Aikman years and whatever.
Yeah.
And they're still riding on that. They're still riding on that. That's how they got to where they are right now, where they still have this massive fan base. And the only way it's going to stop, the money's still coming in.
Well, I mean, listen, I think you had the national fan base.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it's one of the franchises that has national appeal in the NFL. You know, I mean, the Giants as well.
Giants don't have the fan base, the international.
Well, they might not
international
have
fan base.
They have some national fan base, not as much as the Cowboys or the Steelers, I would say.
Steelers are another one.
Another
the
one
Steelers
that's
have done
national. Raiders also. Raiders, surprisingly, I think for only 3 Super Bowls, they're a pretty national
you know what? I've
I've
always liked the Raiders. Just
how do you
the black
how do you
and
not
silver
the black
the
and the
Raider
gold?
name.
Some of my close friends are huge Raider
I
fans.
should have jumped on the Raider bandwagon when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I would never have suffered through all these Jet years. I would never. I would have. And actually,
Do you carry that regret as a Jet
I
fan
do,
to
I
think to
do.
yourself?
I regret
my
a lot
whole
of-
life. I could have been rooting
and you
for.
can't change what you really care about.
No.
You can't change. It's amazing.
You
Like
can't.
I'm sitting at UBS yesterday, and the Islanders won. Right?
They did. They did.
They
It
won
was-
3-1.
I was watching some of that
and
game.
it was a pretty good game. And I'm sitting there going, you know what? Life would be so much happier as a Ranger fan. And not that they've won something amazing,
No.
but they're always in the mix. They're always they have star players. They have a great fan base, great crowd, but I can't like them. I'm stuck liking this team that I know in the next 30 years is not going anywhere. They're not doing anything.
You don't
I
think
don't
so?
see it. I just don't see it right now. I'm looking at
Yeah.
them going, I don't see any improvement. They didn't do anything on the
They didn't do
off
much.
season,
Right. Well, the Rangers
You
didn't
know?
do much either.
but the Rangers had a solid core.
Yeah.
Islanders were the 2-period team last year, and they're a 2-period team this year. And it's just, everybody says it. People are walking by, and they're all going, well, third period. Let's see if we can
Hold on to
let's
the
see what
lead.
happens now.
Yeah,
If they're going to play a
right.
third period, this team.
It's true.
Everybody knows it.
Yeah. I know.
Rangers are a very talented, good team, and they're in the mix just about every year. And whether they've won the cups or not, they haven't, but they're there. Islanders, you're just begging to make the playoffs. Begging. Last year we snuck in,
Yeah.
and it was over in no time. And it's just very frustrating. Very frustrating. I'm at a point now where I don't have enough time to root for teams that don't have.
Yeah, but the Islanders aren't terrible. Yeah, well, I don't know.
I
To your
love their-
point, hold
they
on.
have a
Is
great
this,
goalie.
is this the current standings? Yeah, 24-25. Islanders are 21-8 and 21-8. Is
No,
that right?
that's 21 games they played.
Oh, 21 games. Sorry. Yeah, 8 wins. 8-8.
8-8.
Eight
They
and
have
eight.
like 3 ties, right?
5
ties.
overtime.
Five
they got
overtime.
5 overtime losses.
They're a guaranteed loss in overtime.
Yeah,
And the thing that bothers me about
that's
overtime
rough.
losses, folks, is if it counts as a loss, as an overtime loss, it should count as a regular loss. I don't want to hear this point. Don't give me a point. A win is a win. A loss is a loss.
I like getting the point. To get
No.
to overtime, you get the point.
Why?
Because you got to overtime. Because you got through
Yeah, but now
regulation.
some teams
in a
just
tie
cruise to
game.
get that
You s-
point.
You tied. You split the points for
Then
the
why don't
win.
we just have ties?
You used to have ties. Nobody liked
I
the
like
ties.
them. I like it better.
Well,
Play a full overtime period.
Rangers are what? 12-6. All right. You're 8-8, 12-6.
But the Islanders are 8 and 13 as far as I'm concerned.
Right, because of the 5 overtime losses.
It's a loss.
It
If
is
the
a
win
lot.
is a win, a loss is a loss. I don't know. I
I know
have
what
a
you
problem
mean.
with it.
Yeah, I hear you.
We could
The-
call them bonus points, but why do we have to go? It's a win. So they're 8 and 13 with 5 overtime points.
Overtime points or losses.
So
you don't
put
get
OP.
penalized for it.
OP, overtime points. But it's a loss. You're 8 and 13. Sorry.
So why'd you get a? Yeah, but you don't get that extra point where the other team does.
No, I'm saying you make another category for an extra point.
But they're still only 4 points behind the Rangers, who are 12-6,
Mind-boggling.
12-6-1.
Because they got 5 overtime.
You're
losses.
8-8 and 5 with 21 points. We're 12-6-1 with 25 points.
It's ridiculous. Because they got those overtime losses. Stop it. Stop it. I like the ties. I used to hate the ties. Now I like the ties better than this. And I hate the shootout. Hate the shootout.
Love ties, especially red ones.
Don't like ties, long red ties. I hate the Drake.
Hate to Drake. Yes. Hate to Drake.
I don't
I love the Drake.
understand why it's the only sport that can't finish the game.
I don't know.
Football has the possibility of a tie all the time.
True.
Baseball has the possibility of a tie often. But we have a way of remedying this. Play the extra innings.
Well, you got the shootout.
I don't like the shootout. I hate the shootout.
I know, but you can't have just overtime after overtime. It's like having 18 extra innings.
Play 3-on-3.
Speaking of baseball, Mr. Juan Soto going to be starting to receive offers this week as we approach Turkey Day. Mr.
I hear the Red
Inzarello.
Sox are now in the mix.
The Red Sox are in the mix. The Blue Jays are in the mix. The Yankees had their meeting already on the West Coast, by the way. Everybody flew out there. Randy Levine, Hal, Cashman, the whole pony show. Phillies have now jumped in on the mix.
Phillies amaze me because with the money they're paying Bryce Harper,
Yep.
th-
Dodgers expected to meet with Soto this week. Yankees already met with them. Blue Jays, Red Sox, and Mets have not met with Soto yet as of the 16th of November. Well, hold on. They still haven't met with them, though.
mind-boggling though. Mets haven't met with him?
I don't think the Mets have met with him yet. Plan to meet. Soto has a good meet with the Yankees.
Maybe he's going to Citi Field for Thanksgiving.
Soto has had or is expected to have meetings with the Yankees, Mets, Red Sox, Blue Jays, Phillies, and Dodgers. So that's not confirmed yet whether the Mets met with him. But there is a report, okay, that Steve Cohen, according to sources, I don't know if-
Michael Kay is the source.
no, but Michael Kay has sources that tell him this.
This releases the runners.
He will beat any offer by $50 million.
That's what he said, yes.
I said this the day the Yankees lost. The Mets, he will be a Met Steve Cohen is going to pay the money, and he's going to go
But the
wherever he
difference-
gets the most money.
But the difference is, does he go wherever he gets the most money? Maybe he sits there and says, I really
Come
like playing
on.
for the Yankees. I like that look. That was
Listen,
good.
as much as I love my Yankees, okay, and as much as I embrace the tradition and the history of the Yankees and what's been told to me from my father and whatever over how many years of, right, fandom and all that, Juan Soto, with Scott Boras as his agent, is going to take the money. And you could say, listen, the Yankees, and you'll be in Monument Park one day, and you'll be this, and you'll be that.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah, I mean, but
What confuses me is how you present this out there. Now, you're paying Judge $40 million a year. All right? Mm-hmm. You're now going to tell me that a guy who's done as much as for the Yankees over the last 8 years as Judge has done is now going to take a secondary salary to Juan Soto, who did one season? I got a problem with that.
I've thought about that myself. I don't know if I have a problem with that because, I mean, well, first of all, I'd have to see the number and the years and the, and the whatever, and how much more is it really? I mean, is it like just a tiny bit more? Is it just to say, okay, he's
Frankly,
getting
it's a
paid
big
more?
chunk of change.
Is it?
I mean, think about it. If the Mets paid him $40 million a year, they're paying him $6 million a year more than they pay in Lindor. But they're talking $45 million a year.
Okay, but he's a much more player than Lindor is.
He's a much more player.
I mean, is he not? I mean,
I don't know about that. I think Lindor's impact on the team is pretty severe. You see, when he plays well, they do pretty well.
so you're talking other than stats, other than
Yes.
numbers,
yes.
right? What you contribute to
The
the team.
intangibles.
The intangible factors of baseball, the mental, the spirit he brings, the work ethic, all that kind of stuff.
So you're talking about paying him $10 million a year more than you're paying your supposed candidate for MVP last year.
Right, which he didn't get, right?
But he was a candidate.
He was a
MVP.
candidate.
He was in the finals.
I was going to say, how did that finish? Was he second in
Ohtani.
votes?
Yeah, he
no,
finished-
I know Ohtani, but
He finished second.
he finished second.
Runner up.
Yeah, as he should have.
Get your trophy.
Yeah,
But no, he.
I don't know. I don't know if you can think about that as an owner. Like, you either want to get the guy or not. If you have to pay him more than Judge, then to get him, then I guess that's just what you're going to have to do, because you're there was no Soto when Judge was a free agent where you could say, well, I chose one or the other.
Well,
I mean,
that's the other
we
thing, too, is
signed Judge,
when
and
they
now we're
signed
here
Judge,
with
it was the biggest number.
right, but there
Right.
wasn't any real competition for Judge. Like the Giants were going to jump in, maybe, or there wasn't
Yankees
like
bid
this
against themselves.
Right, basically
But
they
look
were.
what the Mets did with Verlander and Scherzer, $43 million a year
right,
for 3 years each. Right.
right.
So, and that didn't work out well.
No, it didn't.
So, I don't know. At that point, are you saying goodbye to Pete Alonso? Or, is it over? You can't now sign him for 30. Meanwhile, again,
Why not? Well,
You
you
s-
can't sign Pete for 30. Pete's not worth.
But what I'm
$30
saying
million.
is now you're going to say me. So let's say you go $25 million a year for
it's
him.
like Dak Prescott money.
But let's say you go $25 million a year for Pete Alonso. So you're going to pay $19 million more a year for a guy who never played an inning for you. It's so hard to really equate this.
But
it really
but,
is.
but is that what you're placing the value on? How much time he's spent in a Met uniform? He doesn't deserve.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking
I
about
mean,
human nature.
he's a better
Human nature.
player.
What Pete Alonso's, what goes through his head at this point? Look, I've killed myself for this team for the last 8 years, 7 years.
And you're getting a nice salary for that.
Oh, you don't see that anymore. When
Well,
you
what do you mean?
you're
You're
equivalent.
going to give him $30 million.
Wait,
He's going
I'm
to
playing devil's
complain
advocate.
because Juan Soto's going to get $50
You're
million.
making it seem like this is my argument. It's not my argument. It's what I'm thinking the player thinks. It's like, I'm sitting here going,
Right, and I'm talking to the player.
All
I'm
right.
not talking
I'm
to
sorry,
you.
you're talking to the player.
necessarily.
All right,
Yes.
thank you.
Talking to Alonzo.
So
Why don't
Pete-
you play the role of Pete?
I'm Pete.
Okay.
So I'm the polar bear right now. All right. And
And you're saying what?
I'm
I've been here. Yeah.
I've been here 7 years,
Uh-huh.
right? And I busted my ass on this team, and I gave you everything I had.
Okay.
And I actually am second in the Mets history in home runs hit. And you are now going to pay somebody. You're quibbling with me over $2 million extra here or $5 million there, and you're ready to spill the freaking truck full of cash on Juan Soto, who's done nothing for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm thinking.
Right. And what do I say to that? I would say, Pete,
Do you want to win?
right. Do you want to win as a Met? Okay.
So you're not. So you're basically going to tell
make-
him you're not as good as Juan, and you're not as good as this one, and not
because
as
you're
good as-
not. You're a 249 career hitter, Pete. You batted 240 in 2024. You had 88 RBIs.
Did he even hit 240? Did he?
He hit 240 in 2024. 34 home runs, 146 hits, 600 at bats,
That's pathetic. I think.
91 runs. Yeah, I mean, what am I
It's not
looking at
pathetic.
here?
It's
88
just,
RBIs.
It's not a superstar.
No, it's not a guy that deserves $30
No,
million
but-
dollars. I'm sorry. That's a $30 million guy? I guess it is now in
But
MLB.
somebody's going to give it to him.
You're right. Everybody
Might even be the Yankees.
Some people think the Yankees are going to give it to him to play first base. I mean, wouldn't that be interesting?
That would be very interesting.
That would be. The
So-
polar
so
bear
basically,
moves to the Bronx.
we can
moves,
trade-
moves north to the Bronx. The
North,
polar bear,
all the way north.
right?
From
Polar
way
bear heads
up
to
north.
the North Pole in the
Pack-
Bronx.
big pack with Yankee logo on it.
Oh, love
But
that.
then you basically so we're going to trade Soto. We're going to trade Alonso for Soto. And Vientos moves to first base.
I hate the Eagles, and I hate the Redskins, and I'm so glad we beat them today on their field. Oh, that was glorious.
Commanders, please.
Redskins. Listen, when I was a kid, okay.
To me, there's nothing wrong with Redskins. I don't know.
I mean, I'm growing up in the 80s. I'm a Cowboy fan. It's Cowboys and Indians. I'm 14 years old.
It was perfect.
It was perfect. It was the whole thing. People say that to me. Oh, you must hate the Giants. No, I don't. I don't hate the Giants because Giants never really did anything to my team other than maybe Eli spoiling our stadium opener and, beating us. But no, I don't. I don't like the Redskins. I don't like Washington. It's probably the team, them and Philly are the two most hated teams in my division. And it's tough to say I hate one more than the other because I really dislike Washington. I really
I
do.
used to
As
really
much as
like
people
Washington. You know why I liked Washington when I was a kid?
never liked Washington.
Because of John Riggins.
Oh, love
like
John
John
Riggins.
Riggins.
I love John Riggins. Dude, I mean, how big were those shoulder pads? Like, what he was like out to here. Like,
Yeah,
you see
big dude.
pictures of him?
And he was
Back
actually
then-
a Native American, part Native American.
Yeah, he
Which was
was.
cool.
It was. But, yeah, so, that
Anyway, I think we have to wrap the show up.
win today to me was great. Oh, well, look at this. It's past the time, Bobby. Where did the time go?
Time has flown by.
It has.
We had
We
a
had-
phone call from Larry Izzo.
And we didn't
And
you're
we
right,
went from
Vinny.
there,
It is kind of a
and
wah-wah
it's
moment.
wah, 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 wah.
Yeah. Well, can I take 2 seconds to just thank
Let's thank our listeners.
our listeners that were on tonight? We had Bonnie Scalisi, we had Ann Rothney, Taz the resident artist, Fran Gatto checking in tonight.
Gatto!
We had our first listener, I think, from Pakistan. Probably
Pakistan! We had
brought
Pakistan.
in from Greg DiFilippo, Madni Mahmood, Mehmood, Madni Madni Mahmood, Chris Smith,
Madni
Buddha
Mahmood,
Capola, Greg DiFilippo, Charlie LaRosa, and Rob Keane checking in tonight.
Rob.
I just want to say
Charlie.
happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Enjoy the time with your families.
With the
and,
family. And we're going to get those texts, those group texts on Thanksgiving
Yes.
morning where everybody's wishing everybody happy Thanksgiving. And I'm going to get about
Enjoy.
5 of them that I have no idea who the person was that sent it. All the best to you and your family. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm
Happy
like, who the fuck
Thanksgiving.
is this?
I love it.
Please put your name on the text, folks. If you're going to send me the text, I'm not taking for granted that I'm going to get one. But if you do send one, please put your name on, because sometimes, you know what?
People don't know who you are. And
Let's-
watch the parade. Sit down on the couch with your kids or your mom or somebody. and
parade.
Watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade. Always a good thing to do in the morning.
Let's
Enjoy
watch
the football
people-
and the family.
Let's watch people lip sync songs on floats.
Yes,
That's always the best.
it is very exciting.
But that's it. So let's say everybody
Bobby,
have a
happy
great
Thanksgiving
Thanksgiving.
to
Happy
you and your
Thanksgiving to
family.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
To
you.
you and yours.
To you and yours.
And let's wish the Lacera family and Board Up
And Pro Vinny,
and
professional, soon-to-be executive Vinny.
Professional Vinny.
Yes.
A happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to Bobby and
And
Sarah
let-
and the Strong Island family and everybody else on the airwaves of Strong Island Radio. Happy Thanksgiving.
And yeah, don't forget to watch all the presentations of Home Alone, Christmas Vacation,
Elf.
and Christmas Story.
And plane, trains, and
Nonstop.
Oh, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
I watched
Great
that the other
Thanksgiving
night.
movie.
It was on the other night.
Oh, love that.
That's a Thanksgiving movie.
That's a Thanksgiving
That's
movie.
a Thanksgiving. That's a good movie. That
Those
was
aren't
fun.
pillows.
Those aren't pillows. How about them Bears? That was a funny
The
movie.
Bears.
That was John Candy, man. He was so good.
So great.
He was so good.
He really was.
And Steve Martin, of course. But that was fun. That was a fun movie. I like with the lady at the airport. He goes, "Get that fucking smile off your fucking face and get me a fucking car right now, or I'm gonna fucking wipe the." He's going on and on, and she goes like this: "Do you have your registration agreement or whatever it was?" And he goes, "No." She goes, "Well
threw
then."
it
Oh,
away.
she goes, "Oh boy." He goes, "Oh boy, what?" Well then you're fucked. That was so good.
That is a great scene.
Yeah. Anyhow.
Anyway.
Everybody, God bless.
Thank you, everybody.
And
Bobby Lacera, thank you for letting us run over by 6 minutes.
yeah.
Juan Soto will be a Met, possibly by the next time we have a show. We're off for 2 weeks, folks.
2 weeks off.
2 weeks off. So we will be back on Sunday, December, what is that now?
I don't know.
15th. We'll be off on the 1st and off on the 8th. So we'll be back on December 15th. And we'll be back, I believe, on the 22nd. And then we're going to be off for 2 more weeks. So we will see you in a couple of weeks.
All
Thank
right.
you again.
God bless everybody and enjoy. I'm going to paraphrase Graz. Be good to people. Be nice to people.
Yes.
Enjoy yourselves.
No matter who they voted for.
No matter who they voted for, forget it. Put it past you.
Seriously.
Let's have peace. Enough fighting.
Now, we're up to our long-distance dedication. And this one is about kids and pets and a situation that we can all understand, whether we have kids or pets or neither. It's from a man in Cincinnati, Ohio. And here's what he writes. Dear Casey, this may seem to be a strange dedication request, but I'm quite sincere, and it'll mean a lot if you play it. Recently, there was a death in our family. He was a little dog named Snuggles, but he was most certainly a part of... Let's start again. From coming out of the record. Play the record, okay? Please. See, when you come out of those up-tempo goddamn numbers, man, it's impossible to make those transitions, and then you got to go into somebody dying. You know, they do this to me all the time. I don't know what the hell they do it for, but goddamn it, if we can't come out of a slow record, I don't understand it. Is Don on the phone? Okay, I want a goddamn concerted effort to come out of a record that isn't a fucking up-tempo record every time I do a goddamn death dedication. Now, make it, and I also want to know what happened to the pictures I was supposed to see this week. This is last goddamn time. I want somebody to use his fucking brain to not come out of a goddamn record that is, that's up-tempo, and I got to talk about a fucking dog dying.